Good morning. How are you guys? شو الأخبار؟ معكم سلمان نجادي. أنا متعود على الصبح مثل ما أنتم متعودين. You are the backbone of all these companies, guys. Let's listen to a huge applause to yourselves. Yes! أنتم الوحيدين اللي إذا في مشكلة في هذا القطاع راح يلتفتون لكم على طول، لأن بالنهاية يعتمد شغلهم على شغلكم. الحلو في موضوع الإيفنت اليوم إن احنا نجتمع من كل هذه الشركات علشان نتعرف على بعض. احنا الباك بون مال هذه الشركات، صح ولا لا؟ كل قطاع يعتبر نفسه الأهم، ولكن كلهم مهمين. والحلو في الموضوع اليوم هو وجود البرايفت سيكتور مع القطاع الحكومي. يعني شلون؟ نبي نسمع ايضا ترحيب بالاضافه الى الشركات كلها من القطاع الحكومي. ويانا اليوم الجهاز المركزي لتكنولوجيا المعلومات وايضا الهيئه العامه للاتصالات وتقنيه المعلومات. نسمع لهم تحيه. ايفنت اليوم is all about senior expertise مع youth vision. So this is why they came up with this slogan: youth imagination shapes digital future. وهذا اللي احنا نطمح له اليوم. bonding, blending, socializing، كل هذه كلمات تجمع اليوم، لان كلنا جايين من قطاع واحد اللي هو الاي تي ديبارتمنت. هذا اللي ارد واقول يعتبر الباك بون. قبل ما نبدا this event, let's stop with the safety moment, then we'll come back again.
انت تاني؟
نبدأ هذا الحفل اليوم بكلمة من أو هي تعتبر الاي تي ستيرنج كوميتي تشيرمان سيد عبد الله العجمي، نائب الرئيس التنفيذي للمشاريع في البترول الوطنية ورئيس اللجنة الدائمة لتقنية المعلومات في القطاع النفطي، فليتفضل مشكورا. مايك. Yes, thank you. تفضل.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أرحب فيكم جميعا حضورنا الكرام، وفي البداية أتوجه بجزيل الشكر للأخ والزميل خالد أنور العوضي نائب الرئيس التنفيذي لمصفاة الزور في شركة الصناعات البترولية المتكاملة على استضافتهم لهذا الايفنت هذا العام، وعلى الجهد الكبير المبذول ومن الأخ أحمد المليفي وفريقه الهمام، ومن كافة القائمين على الترتيب والتنظيم اللي استمر إلى ساعة متأخرة من البارحة ليخرج الايفنت في النهاية بهذا الشكل الجميل والرائع. اللي استفدناه من السنوات القليلة الماضية أن كل ما زاد التعاون والتنسيق بين الجهات المعنية بصناعة الاي تي، كل ما زادت إنجازاتنا وكل ما شعرنا بالارتياح بشكل أكبر. العالم اليوم في صناعة النفط والغاز على سبيل المثال اللي نشتغل فيها، وفي جميع الصناعات الأخرى، يعتمد بشكل أكبر وبشكل متزايد على التقدم والاعتمادية في الاي تي اندستري. الاي تي اندستري مثل ما ذكر الأخ سلمان قبل شوي هي الباك بون لصناعة النفط والغاز. وأحد الأدوات المهمة جدا للتعامل الناجح مع تحديات صناعة الاي تي في سواء عندنا في صناعة النفط والغاز أو غيرها هو التعاون والتنسيق. احنا اليوم طبعا يمكن يعني يشرفنا ان في عندنا زملاء من ارامكو حاضرين معنا اليوم، ومن بابكو، ومن الجهات المعنيه في الكويت مثل طبعا الاخ سعود الزيد من الهيئه العامه لتكنولوجيا المعلومات والاتصالات، والدكتور عمار الحسيني من الجهاز المركزي لتكنولوجيا المعلومات، والسيد سليمان البدر من ايكويت. كافه الجهات المعنيه بهذا القطاع الحيوي الاي تي، كل ما زاد التعاون والتنسيق بينها زاد استعدادنا لتحديات هذا العصر وتحديات الاي تي. المفتاح للتغلب على كل هذه التحديات، المفتاح كلمة واحدة: التعاون والتنسيق. Each one of us have little piece of information, we put them all together so that we can be more prepared for a challenging future. أنا راح أترككم مع بقية فعاليات اليوم اللي الأخ أحمد المليفي وفريقه ما قصروا في التجهيز لها طول الفترة اللي فاتت، وإن شاء الله يعني أيضا السنة القادمة الأخ علي النقيب ما أدري volunteered ولا voluntold to arrange الإيفنت للسنة القادمة إن شاء الله. ونتوقع يعني يمكن طبعا الأخ أحمد المليفي نقول لها لقد أتعبت من بعدك أنت وفريقك، التجهيزات رائعة، ونتوقع very fruitful and positive event اليوم. وأشكركم شكرا جزيلا على حضوركم، وأكرر الشكر لشركة الصناعات البترولية المتكاملة على قيامها بأعباء الترتيب والتجهيز لهذا اليوم، ويعطيكم العافية، وشكرا جزيلا على حضوركم.
شكرا. كل الشكر للسيد عبد الله العجمي نائب رئيس التنفيذي للمشاريع في البترول الوطنية ورئيس اللجنة الدائمة لتقنية المعلومات في القطاع النفطي. It's a fun day today. We're meeting, we're listening to some initiative, future initiative, مبادرات مستقبلية. بالعكس حلو ان احنا نعرف كل واحد فينا شنو قاعد يفكر، حتى لو كل واحد يداوم في شركة. بس اليوم انا اتمنى يعني لو علي انا يعني مبكر كان اخرط كل الطاولات. حلو لو الواحد يعرف كل شركة شنو قاعدين يفكرون فيه، نكتسب نتبادل شوية خبرات، الاتشيفمنتس شنو سويتوا، شنو بتسوون، لأن بالنهاية كل هذا يصب في صالح القطاع النفطي، وانتم أدرى شنو معنات الصالح العام، خاصة في هذا القطاع اللي يعتبر حيوي، اللي الكل وده انه يشارك فيه، والكل وده انه يكون واحد من أكبر القطاعات في العالم ككويتي. طيب ننتقل حاليا إلى كلمة راعي الحفل سيد خالد العوضي نائب الرئيس التنفيذي للشؤون الإدارية والمالية بالإنابة في الشركة الكويتية للصناعات البترولية المتكاملة. حياك الله. تفضل. الله يحفظك.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السيد عبد الله فهاد العجمي نائب الرئيس التنفيذي للمشاريع في البترول الوطنية ورئيس اللجنة الدائمة لتقنية المعلومات في القطاع النفطي. الدكتور عمار الحسيني نائب المدير العام للجهاز المركزي لتكنولوجيا المعلومات. السيد محمد التورة رئيس قطاع تقنية المعلومات في الهيئة العامة للاتصالات وتقنية المعلومات. السيد يوجين نيغوتسو بابكو CIO. سيد سليمان البدر إيكويت CIO. السادة مدراء دوائر ومجموعات تقنية المعلومات في القطاع النفطي، السادة الضيوف، الزميلات والزملاء الأعزاء، يسعدني أن أرحب بكم اليوم في الملتقى السنوي الذي يجمع العاملين في مجال تقنية المعلومات في مكان واحد. وتفخر الشركة الكويتية للصناعات البترولية المتكاملة باستضافة هذا الحدث المميز لما له من أهمية في تعزيز التواصل الفعال بين كافة العاملين في نظم تقنية المعلومات بمؤسسة البترول الكويتية وشركاتها التابعة والشركات الزميلة والجهات الحكومية ذات الصلة، والتي تمكنهم من تشكيل شبكة من العلاقات الاجتماعية والعملية وتفعيل التعاون بين الجهات وتبادل الخبرات فيما بينهما. لا سيما تسليط الضوء على إنجازات القطاع النفطي في مجال تقنية المعلومات، هذا فضلا عن استعراض تجارب ناجحة محليا وعالميا من خلال الحلقة النقاشية التي سيشارك في تقديمها خبراء يمثلون كبرى الشركات العالمية والمحلية في مجال إسناد الخارج لتقنية المعلومات، لما تتمتع به من تجارب رائدة في هذا المجال. ونيابة عن الزملاء نتوجه لكم بالشكر الجزيل على تلبية الدعوة، فحضوركم يمثل قيمة مضافة لهذا الحدث، وندعوكم للاستفادة من المعرض المصاحب الذي تعرض الشركات الزميلة من خلاله أحدث ما لديها من تقنيات وبرامج وحلول لتطوير إجراءات العمل وتحسينها في القطاع وتوظيف أحدث التقنيات المعلوماتية في هذا المجال. السيدات والسادة، لقد حرصنا هذا العام على إشراك الشباب خاصة المبتكرين منهم في المناقشات حول تكنولوجيا المعلومات، لأنهم الركيزة الأساسية لنجاح أي مؤسسة وتشكيل مستقبل هذا البلد الرقمي والنهوض بأهداف التنمية المستدامة. لذا نحن مطالبون ببناء جيل فاعل قادر على استخدام أحدث التقنيات من خلال تبني المبادرات التي تهدف إلى اكتشاف وتنمية المواهب في مجال الاتصالات وتقنية المعلومات وتمكينهم بالمعرفة لمواجهة التحديات في هذا المجال. في الختام أتوجه بالشكر الجزيل للقائمين على تنظيم الملتقى من العاملين في البترولية المتكاملة والسادة أعضاء اللجنة الدائمة لتكنولوجيا المعلومات في القطاع النفطي، وأخص بالشكر رئيس اللجنة السيد عبد الله فهاد العجمي لدعمه لهذا الملتقى وضيوفنا الكرام، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
خالد العوضي نائب الرئيس التنفيذي للشؤون الإدارية والمالية بالإنابة في الشركة الكويتية للصناعات البترولية المتكاملة. بعد إذنك كل الشكر لك. مثل ما قلت لكم قبل شوي، نسولف عن فيوتشر انيشيتيفز، نسولف عن مبادرات مستقبلية، أشياء ودنا لو انها تتحقق على أرض الواقع. احنا بالنهاية كل اللي علينا ان احنا نسعى يكون كل شغلنا بطريقة أسهل، أسرع، أبسط وللأفضل. طيب شلون نعرف هذا الشيء؟ الحين من خلال هذا الفيديو K Companies IT Department's Future Initiative فيديو نشوفه ونرجع مرة ثانية.
Khulud Limzaini from KBC. Our future initiative is Oracle Cloud. There is many advantages, data storage, data backup, mail hosting, website hosting, disaster recovery and cybersecurity.
Fatma Lansari, KOC. KOC CITG is implementing enterprise drone services powered by AI and machine learning to support business operation.
Noor Bastaki, KMPC. Redesigning KMPC Core Network is a strategic project that will transform KMPC's enterprise campus from a collapsed core distribution model to an MPLS-centric network architecture. The goal behind this initiative is to provide KMPC with a network backbone that is robust, agile, and scalable to accommodate for future expansion.
Said Mohammed Al-Mohri, KMPC. Implementation of modern data center in the boundary between business LAN and DCS network is an essential project towards achieving IT-OT convergence. The goal of this initiative is to modernize Layer 3.5 data center to be more secure and agile.
Sheikh Al-Mazied, PIC. To fulfill its role as a business partner in PIC, ICT department is implementing a digital assistant chatbot for HR to engage employees in a proactive, personalized way across web, mobile, and messaging platforms.
Fatma Abdel Karim, PIC. Moving towards our cloud strategy roadmap, the ICT department will transform their ITSM solution to a cloud solution, aiming to improve operational efficiency, enhancing productivity by 20% through automating routine tasks using AI.
Asma Al-Rais, Quebec.
Our initiative is an implementation of SAP Hydrocarbon Supply Chain and ERP. It's a solution to automate operational support and hydrocarbon supply chain using a single integrated cloud-based platform. It provides real-time statistics, which helps the management with quick, critical decisions.
Tariq Aid from KIPIC. Our future initiative is to implement autonomous technologies in our operational facilities. This involves the use of remotely operated equipment or drones to reduce HSSE exposure and increase facility uptime as a result of gathering better quality data more frequently.
Mahdi Muzaffar, KOTC, a central management system for all endpoint devices that helps in assuring the delivery of the different services in a secure and unified mechanism.
Noor Abdelrazak, KPI. Our initiative is robotic technology for general service. Head office employees will receive service with almost zero interaction. The other initiative is revamping portion of KPI head office and apply smart building technologies along with green building initiatives.
Inam Nasser from KOFBEC. Our future initiatives, real-time attendance dashboard. Specific people in the department can view real-time finger scan linked dashboard of attendance. The other one, IT business continuity DR solution. We are planning to implement DR cloud solution as KOFBEC is having international offices. The IT services can be accessed without any interruption.
Latif Nasrallah, KGOC. As part of KGOC digital transformation, IT team is implementing business process management using ECM on companies level. And we are also embarking Cloud Journey with Microsoft and Oracle Cloud Services.
Actually, we hope that all what we heard will be someday is an achievement. نتمنى لهم كلهم التوفيق إن شاء الله يا رب، وكل اللي يطمحوا له وكل اللي يبونه نشوفه على أرض الواقع. الحين ننتقل إلى بارت آخر ممكن نحن نتثقف من خلاله ونعرف شنو غيرنا ممكن يفكر. Please welcome Mr. Jeffrey Kahn, Principal, Matt Kahn Alberata, and we'll listen to a keynote speech, Blockchain Plays Atomic.
A question I pose to you is the world ready for blockchain? Who are the world leaders in adopting blockchain technology? When will blockchain technology come to the oil and gas industry and make a big impact? And if you were to start a blockchain journey today, what would you do? Where would you make your first move? So this morning, what I'd like to do is walk you through some answers to these questions as a way of stimulating your thinking about how to proceed with blockchain innovations in your company. All right, so this is the future of blockchain in oil and gas. I bring you this presentation. I recently prepared it and delivered it in Houston 2 months ago. To the Blockchain Offshore Onshore Consortium. This is an organization in Houston comprised of oil companies, technology firms, and their agenda is to try and understand blockchain technology and when to bring it to the oil and gas industry. And so this is a very fresh perspective. There we are. This is me. I am my own brand. My children challenge me and they say, why do you name everything after yourself? And so this is the millennial in me. My role today, I'm an author of a best-selling book in oil and gas called Bits, Bytes, and Barrels, The Digital Transformation of Oil and Gas. And I train oil and gas companies on digital technologies to help them become more aware of which digital technologies make the most difference to the industry and the pace by which companies should consider adopting digital tools. I also write a weekly article on digital issues in oil and gas, and I have a podcast channel called Digital Oil and Gas where I address some of these same questions. Next slide, please. There we are. Blockchain. Blockchain is delivering 6 principal benefits that I see over and over again, although not yet very, very common in the oil and gas industry. It's still a very, very novel technology in oil and gas. And we are, as an industry, we are cautious and risk averse, and we adopt change very slowly. But these are the principal benefits that blockchain is delivering. Number 1, blockchain is creating agency. Agency is a feature where a thing has the ability to act on its own. And this is starting to show up in the adoption of blockchain on tools and technologies, machines, where they're able to carry out activities without actually having human operation and operators. Number 2 is enablement of new business models. So far, very, very few in oil and gas, with the exception in the downstream. I know you have your downstream operations, retailing, but fuel delivery to the car is a kind of disruption to the business model of fuel delivery, because instead of the customer driving their car to a gasoline station, the gasoline comes to the car through a delivery service. That's a different kind of a business model. And blockchain is yet to really disrupt oil and gas in the same way that it's already disrupting the power industry. The power industry is already experiencing blockchain's disruptive effects as people take the electrical power from solar systems from their house and they sell the power directly to their neighbor or to the grid, and they're accounting for all of this using blockchain technology. So it has the potential to create completely new business models. Next is that it creates trust. And trust is something that most organizations devote an enormous amount of time to managing and assuring trust. In 2015, Australia carried out an economic study of their economy and concluded that fully 25% of the entire GDP in the country, all of Australia, is tied up in assuring trust. Auditors, accountants, validation, checking, confirming, reporting, compliance, and so forth. 25% of GDP. So blockchain helps create trust, take some of that cost away. Next effect is a store of value. And we see this in things like Bitcoin, in coin offerings, stable coins, and the like. And blockchain creates a store of value. Not much effect yet in oil and gas. There was the initial effort by Venezuela to create the Libra, which is an example of the store of value. The Petro. Facebook is now creating a store of value, which they call the Libra. China has announced in very, very clear terms their intention to create a digital currency or cryptocurrency store of value for the Chinese economy. So as a store of value. Next major opportunity is that blockchain creates new asset classes. If we can create certain kinds of functions and features in industry where the asset has a very, very high assurance of its correctness and its accuracy, we can create a new financial asset around that particular feature of business. It shows up particularly in royalties. If you're familiar with Subway restaurants, Subway restaurants generate an enormous royalty back to the holder of the Subway restaurant chain. But that royalty itself is not something that we can purchase or trade as a financial asset. But if you could assure that that royalty was secure, correct, properly accounted for, that could create a completely new asset class. Next, and last but not least, is removal of cost. And in North America, this is the #1 reason why oil and gas companies pay attention to blockchain technology. It's cost reduction. All of these other reasons, as important as they are completely secondary today to the drive to lower cost. And so with blockchain innovations, conversation always starts with that. Where is the cost potential that I'm going to remove? Now let me give you a very simple way to think about blockchain opportunities using this mnemonic atomic, ATOMIC. A stands for asset. And by the way, this is courtesy a university professor named William Mugayar at the University of Toronto. So this is not my work, this is his work. A is for asset. If you have an asset, could be a physical asset or a virtual asset, sometimes there may be potential for a blockchain innovation to help you improve the performance of that asset. Next is T is for trust. T is for trust. Relationships that require high levels of trust. If those relationships are not working or there's a high cost structure associated with assuring trust, blockchain could play a role in helping you to improve trust. O, ownership. Trying to discern who owns what. In land and real estate, this is a major problem, particularly in developing countries. Landowners often lack the paper to prove that they actually own the land. And one of the ways to steal land, if you're in the business of disruption in an economy, is to go into the land records for a government, an agency, and rewrite the land records and assign all the land rights to the state. And so many countries around the world with poor institutions and struggling with land issues are using blockchain to assure the ownership of specific assets, such as land, but could also apply to many, many other assets, businesses, and so forth. M is money. Cryptocurrencies, I've already mentioned, is a possible use case for blockchain, is to create a new kind of store of value. I is identity. Identity is for people. When you're doing business with a third party or a counterparty, how do you know that that person is who they say they are? What is their identity? And so blockchain is being used to improve the identification of individuals when the stakes are high. The early use case, as an example, is in refugee camps, where refugees are being granted monies as part of their refugee services, and they need to prove that they are who they say they are. And blockchain is being used to create an identity for individuals. And most importantly for oil and gas, C is for contract. Contract is when two parties are doing business together, and how do you assure that the contract is being executed? But industry is discovering that if you have any one of these elements at play in a business problem, and by the way, blockchain is about solving business problems. It's not about the technology, it's about solving the business problem. If you have any one or a combination of these operating together, it creates the opportunity for you to think about your solution using distributed ledger technology. Let me give you some examples of where this is playing out. First case, and the most earliest case that's being repeated over and over again, is the tracking of items through a supply chain. And it's first showed up in diamonds, but it's now in food. Walmart is tracking food production through China. Walmart discovered that food products that were contaminated or were poisoned or something through the supply chain, using distributed ledger technology, they could track food through the supply chain. So applying it to pork, to mangoes, to fruits and vegetables, all kinds of food products. In North America, this is being used for cannabis tracking now, and for fake goods, alcohol, and all kinds of other things that unfortunately Westerners are prone to consume. The best use case in the industrial world, though, is shipping containers, where the large Maersk organization, along with IBM, has created a solution called TradeLens, which tracks containers through their supply chain. And you can see, as I've highlighted the letters, which parts of the business model blockchain is appealing to. In this case, it's asset, trust, ownership, and contract. Now, where does this apply in oil and gas? Well, in North America, the use cases are in areas like oil and gas field equipment. Field equipment companies that sell field equipment to oil and gas for use in the upstream in the oil and gas field want to know where their equipment is and who owns that piece of equipment. There's lots and lots of leftover equipment that is available in laydown yards from construction projects. And so tracking physical world objects through blockchain is becoming an important use case. Other examples, besides field equipment, oil and gas kit, rental equipment. Instead of oil and gas companies purchasing equipment, they're renting them, but that requires a different kind of relationship to understand the equipment life cycle. And last but not least, assays and samples. What blockchain has yet to solve is the blending problem. If I take two different kinds of crude oil and I blend them together and put them into one tank, I can no longer identify which crude came from where. But if you have an item which is packaged like a pharmaceutical in a container, you can precisely track where that object has come from through the supply chain, and blockchain does a very, very good job in that regard. Next use case is in creating value for purely digital objects, and we can see this in music. Today we consume music on a device. But who owns that music? And if you are the music producer and you deserve a royalty every time someone plays your music, how do you track that? Spotify, one of the major music players, music services in the world, has purchased a blockchain company so that they could start to track the royalties owing to each of the musicians who's selling the music that we all play on our players. Also could work for digital art, and for those of you of a certain age, you may remember Pokemon Go. Remember that craze? Yes. So all of those objects that you are chasing, Pokemon could be applied to registering who owns what Pokemon character through blockchain. This is one of the ways that certain digital art objects online create value. Where's the parallel in oil and gas? Well, engineering content. Seismic data sets, subsurface data sets, recipes, algorithms, all kinds of things that we develop and use in oil and gas, which are truly digital in of themselves. They exist only as formula, or they exist as documentation. We can turn them into an object for which we can create value. We can sell those objects. As I mentioned, engineering content, intellectual property of all kinds. So in North America, there is a startup that is taking the engineering content from LNG facilities, oil refineries, and turning those engineering documents into blockchain-enabled objects that can be sold with the assurance that the counterparty who has purchased those things are themselves not able to sell them without paying a royalty. So it's creating value for digital objects. Next use case. Creating agency in things. And I mentioned vehicles initially. Those of you who are familiar with Porsche, BMW, yes, I see a hand here, Mercedes, it's because you own one? Yeah. If you drive a Porsche, in 2020, the German automakers are going to be putting their cars on blockchain. As you're driving your car will be a blockchain-enabled object. And the reason they're doing this is because when you buy a road toll or purchase gasoline, there will be a way using blockchain for your vehicle to engage and purchase those items directly without you having to, as a person, engage in that transaction. It'll be recorded on blockchain. Now, why is this interesting? It creates agency in vehicles, but it also creates agency which could be applied to all kinds of oil and gas infrastructure, including gensets, tanks, rail cars, pipelines, anything that carries out a function for us today in the industry, and for which we would like to track its behavior as it's doing something. We should be able to apply it to blockchain. So here's just a few examples, and some that I've seen already in North America: drilling rigs, fracking units, truck haulage, all kinds of services which blockchain allows for the owners and service companies to change the nature of the relationship that they have with their equipment and the services that they provide. Now, just to give you a few examples of some companies that are active in the field, here's just a handful. So Guild One. This is a company that has been in business for about 20-25 years, specializing in royalty calculations. So I don't think this applies in your country, in Kuwait, but in North America, if Case and I were in business together and we drilled an oil well, we would have to agree how to share the costs and the revenues of that oil well. And we'd also have to pay a royalty to the state. And so what Guild One does is it uses their expertise in their company to calculate the royalties, and then uses blockchain to capture the costs and the revenues from each oil well. You might say, accountants can do this. And this is true, but there are 1 million oil wells in North America. Millions. And the number of individuals who have a share in those wells numbers in the many, many millions. As the oil wells are sold and children take over from their parents, the royalty calculations get more and more complicated. And so blockchain is providing a solution for this. And Guild One has a project to provide royalty processing. VAKT, a European company, I don't know if you've come across them yet, but started a blockchain-based mechanism for capturing oil product trading, so both finished product and crude oils, to take cost out of the trading function. And finally, MavenNet is a startup. MavenNet's specialized first blockchain solution was in natural gas trading to deal with disputes. Again, using my friend Case and I, let's imagine I'm buying natural gas from Case, but Case has a problem with his gas wells and he's unable to supply. So a penalty has to be applied in North America, and lawyers takes 90 days to calculate who owes what to whom because of the failure in the contract. Blockchain solved that problem by giving instant access to the contract execution, and the failure of the contract to eliminate the 90-day holdover to try and solve the dispute. So it's a major, major improvement. MavenNet also is now working for the US Department of Homeland Security, because the Department of Homeland Security is very concerned about what oil crosses the borders coming into the United States, and specifically focused on Canadian oil today, but will eventually focus on international imports, where the Americans are very, very concerned to make sure that oil coming into the country satisfies all of the regulations that the Americans insist upon for oil imports. So blockchain being applied to product trading and handling. Next use case is in commodity supply chains. In North America, two of the biggest commodities being consumed in the onshore oil industry is frac sand and water. Frac sand and water. So OndiFlow and Data Gumbo both have projects underway in North America with major onshore producers to start to track and handle the water handling and accounting for produced water and salt water and all the disposal issues that go along with this. This is a huge cost area in North America. Water itself carries no value. It doesn't have a price, and often it's a free good in North America. But for the oil and gas industry, this is a major, major cost problem. So these two players are both producing new solutions to bring better handling of accounting and capture of water issues and water-related costs. And then last but not least, a very simple one, but a very easy one to understand is with Repsol. Repsol has a series of oil refineries. And as you probably, if you're familiar with the oil refinery side of the industry, oil refined products has to meet a certain specification. Has to have so much, both the crude oil coming into the refineries must meet a certain spec, and the products coming out the refinery have to also satisfy a certain spec. And so Repsol has created a blockchain system called BlockLabs. And as each samples are moving their way through the laboratories, from the refinery gate, through the supply chain and so forth, all of those samples are recorded on blockchain so that the individual companies that are involved in processing that sample, handling that product, and moving it through the marketplace are able to look up instantly what is the quality of the product, when was it produced, and what are its features, all recorded on blockchain. The value of some of these solutions is extraordinary, 60, 70% cost reductions. Now that depends on how sophisticated your operations are before you get started, but the cost reduction potential for some of these process improvements is what's attracting North American and European industry to deploy blockchain solutions into the operations. Now, let me just conclude with a few thoughts for you. Here's what I'm watching happening. In order for blockchain solutions to get kicked off, it requires either a large company like a Maersk or a Walmart to have the organizational muscle and the funding to target a specific problem area, or it could be a small consortium, 3 or 4 companies getting together. Big consortiums really struggle to solve this. I would put your group, your company, KNPC, Kuwait International Petroleum, as a consortium. You're in a very, very good position as a group company under single leadership to be able to explore blockchain solutions, better than your peers around the world. Number two, internal deployments inside your own organization are very, very valuable for learning opportunities. It's highly likely that we don't really know yet what the biggest opportunity is for this technology in oil and gas. But the way to discover that opportunity is to actually try it, put it into a problem area, study its behavior, and understand what value it can create. So it's about getting started and using internal deployments to create an opportunity for learning. Next, I keep a very close eye on developments outside of oil and gas. Our industry is slower to adopt because we have a very high risk threshold. We don't like risk. And so the secret here is to watch other industries to see what they're doing, because they're further ahead. Next, governments. Governments around the world are waking up to the compliance possibilities. There's a blockchain deployment in Singapore called Keychain. It's Q-U-A-Y chain, Keychain. And it's a blockchain solution for the delivery of bunkered fuel to ships through the Singapore harbor. The reason they're doing this is because under new IMO regulations, fuel to vehicle ships has to be very, very low sulfur. And so there's potential for cheating here. Lots of potential for cheating, where oil organizations will put polluting fuels into their burners and continue to emit into the atmosphere the sulfur and nitrogen oxides and so forth. Governments are now very, very starting to wake up that if they use blockchain technology, they can tighten up compliance. And Keychain is proving it to them in Singapore. And finally, number 5, I'm personally quite concerned about diversity. There is so much activity ongoing in the blockchain area that it's hard to identify where the winners and the losers are. And so that diversity doesn't appear to be going away anytime soon, which is why I stress to organizations interested in this, you just have to try it and learn for yourself. Now, I frequently am asked, what should we do? What should our company do? And I'll give you 3 pieces of advice which I give to most organizations that I deal with. Number 1 is start an internal trial because that's the only way to learn. Number 2, if you have one, form or join a blockchain consortium, a small one, because that's where you can trial some intercompany related activities. And then finally, in most cities around the world now, there is a technology development ecosystem, and joining that ecosystem, plugging into it, can bring you closer to blockchain startups and other organizations that are experimenting more vigorously in this area. All right, with that, I will bring my presentation to a close, and I think there's a bit of time for questions, if you have any. Nothing, all quiet. Sarah, yes? No? Ah, microphone. Thank you. There you go.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for the insightful presentation.
Thank you.
My question will be towards blockchain and cybersecurity. I believe it has a more security perspective. Can you elaborate on that aspect as well? Because oil and gas is critical infrastructure entities where cybersecurity is seen as a high priority. Thank you.
Yeah. So the cybersecurity world, you're quite right. Cyber is a very, very big concern for oil and gas. Where blockchain is being used in cyber is in 2 fronts. As you may remember under Atomic, ATOMIC, one of the keys and solutions is what's called the algorithm or the recipe. You know, if you could create a assurance over a digital asset. And so a digital asset in this case is the software that sits on a device like a smartphone or a Internet of Things. and whether or not that device has been tampered with or has been hacked. And so one of the use cases in blockchain and cyber, where you bring them together, is that you use you register on blockchain the software that is on that device to make sure that it is of a certain standard or feature, a certain version number. And then before as the data is being received on a transmission, you can consult with the blockchain, what should be the software on that device that's issuing the data. And if it matches, then you have assurance that the device hasn't been hacked. So blockchain is actually being applied to this exact question of cybersecurity on devices. And it relates to whole algorithms, recipes, and code, providing assurance and trust over code. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Khan. Would it be fair to say that blockchain would be best fit to use to eliminate a mediator where a transaction with different parties involved? This is the best case scenario for blockchain?
Yes.
To eliminate the mediator.
Yes, that's its initial use is to eliminate the disintermediate the entity in the middle. So the banking application for Bitcoin is an example of that. It eliminated the need for a bank. In oil and gas, however, there are many instances where we have transactions between parties where there is no intermediator. And so the two parties on either side have to create their own infrastructure to make sure there's trust. The best use cases for blockchain that I've seen are where we use blockchain to create effectively a virtual company in the middle, if you like, an agent in the middle. And that creates the potential for streamlining of that process. A good example of that where this takes place is in the water example I talked about. There isn't a central water agent in North America. So companies have to stand up their infrastructure on either side of that to create trust. So how can you solve for that? Could you create effectively a water bank and then do that virtually? And the answer is yes. And that's how blockchain is solving that particular problem. Any other questions, or all done? All done. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate very much the opportunity to visit with you today. I appreciate the opportunity to visit your country. And I wish you the best of the day on KNIT Days. Thank you.
A huge round of applause, please, for Mr. Jeffrey Khan, Principal Matt Khan, Albirata. نفس ما تجمعنا اليوم، هم بعد يبي لنا شيء ينشطنا. نفس يوم الدوام، شلون نروح يبي لنا قهوة الصبح تعدل لنا مزاجنا علشان نشتغل على رواق مثل ما يقولون. هم بعد اكو كسرة روتين حتى في هذا اليوم، وممكن انت تربح وانت قاعد بمكانك. الفكرة كالآتي: عندنا بلانك هانتس. بلانك هانتس هذه الشركة اللي تعتمد دائما على استخدام امثل للايفنت مالك بحسب الظروف اللي انت حاطها. يعني مثلا اليوم احنا قاعد نتكلم عن قسم الاي تي، قسم الاي تي يتكلم عن كل شيء سريع، يتكلم عن كل شيء يختصر، يتكلم عن كل شيء يحتاج الى اختصار خطوات بحيث ان الشغل يمشي بطريقه تفيد المؤسسه او الجهه الحكوميه بطريقه مثلى. اليوم راح نربط كل ما هو تقني خاص بالاي تي بشيء من عبق الماضي. شلون؟ كل اللي على الطاولات الحين قاعدين تشوفون ان اكو قطعه اثريه موجوده عندكم، اما كاميرا ولا تليفون، وها عندنا كاس هني فايزه فيه شركه البترول الوطنيه سنه 1970، والكاس حقيقي يا جماعه. جو صفقه. طبعا هذه كل المقتنيات جايتنا من متحف السيد جاسم الشطي اللي صار له اكثر من 40 سنه وهو يجمع في هذه التحف. واذا حابين تقدرون تزورونه ايضا. الحين عندنا لعبه كذي نبي نتنشط فيها. عندنا two kinds of games. عندنا لعبه راح تكون throughout the day فيها نقاط، والطاوله اللي تجمع اكثر عدد من النقاط هي اللي راح تفوز. اوكي؟ هذا بارت. وعندنا بارت ثاني. من يعرف بينجو؟ هناك 1 2. من يعرف بينجو؟ يا جماعه سهله بينجو. من يعرف بينجو؟ بس كوتناها، فشنو صارت مش نص. اوكي، عندنا مجموعة من الارقام وكلكم عندكم اوراق فيها ارقام، والارقام هذه طبعا اذا طلع الرقم حط عليه سيركل. It's either vertical or horizontal. طلع لك خط مستقيم ولا بالعرض انت فايز. بس ها، اللي يصير عنده خط مستقيم يصرخ باعلى صوت يقول مش نص. ايوه، شو يقول؟ مش نص. زين، بس الحين let's warm up. الحين راح نبدأ بأول لعبة. شنو اللعبة هذه؟ راح احط لكم صورة الحين وعندي عليها اسئلة، وشوفوا كل طاولة عليها بورد وفي رقم. كل طاولة عليها بورد وقلم. ورقم شنو؟ وقلم. اوكي، استعدوا، جهزوا نفسكم، يلا. راح نحط لكم صورة، بهالصورة هذه في كم سؤال عليها. ايش رايكم بالصورة؟ اوفيس بالسبعينات، 70s اوفيس. ها، ركزوا، شوفوا الصورة، عندي كم سؤال عليها وانتم اللي ابيكم تجاوبون من خلال الارقام. ركزوا بالارقام، شوفوا كل ايتم والرقم اللي يمه. جاهزين؟ شفتوا الصورة؟ شفتوا الارقام؟ يلا، هذه وارمنج اب، بس وارمنج اب كذي يعني. ابي اي ايتم بالصورة. which item in this picture refers to Instagram. ايتم بالصورة وهو انستغرام هالايام. بالسبعينات كان شكله غير. نو. يس، هذه الطاولة صح. حيهم، يستاهلون. حيهم. ما ابي اقول الرقم، ابي اشوفه هني بعد. نو. ها، اي نو، اي صح. انزين، بعد خلينا نسأل سؤال ثاني. بس هذا قاعد اوريكم شلون الانتراكشن بيصير. اوكي، انا هذا اللي ابي. السؤال الثاني، question number 2. which item in the same picture refers to Twitter? No. لا، صح. رقم 2. رقم 2 الستيكي نوتس. صح. خلاص، يو شورتن. لا الحين اقول لك انت ما استوعبت. يلا بعد خلينا نسأل الحين. what item in the same picture refers to GPS? كلكم صح. بعد خل نشوف. كلكم قلتوا واحد، فكلكم صح. نروح حق اللي بعده. الحين هني انا ما اشوف. there is no screen, there is no laptop, there is no PC. which item refers to YouTube? يوتيوب. صح. 12 the window. الحين السؤال حق الفي اي بي جيستس. بس اعطوني رقم. الاجابة راح تكون في رقم فقط لا غير. which item in the same picture refers to Skype? صح. 8. يابا على طول. ايه، حين قبل اللي بدك دولي. ها، يقعد الرنة، كفاية الرنة، واحد معصب دولي. انزين، هذه طبعا فكرتنا اليوم، ان احنا نبي نسولف عن الاشياء التقنية ولكن بروح قديمة شوية، عكسين السالفة. نروح حق لعبة ثانية. العب بطايق. الحين عاد فيها فوز وخسارة. اوكي ابيكم تسمعوني عدل. listen to the instructions well. الفكرة من اللعبة ان احنا من غير صوت. ذهبوا بطايقكم المدنية. Please prepare your civil IDs. Put them in your pocket. Your civil IDs. All tables please. You can all. Yeah. كل الطاولات. ذهبوا بطايقكم المدنية. يمكن نصرف لك تموين ما تدري. You're not allowed عيل. خلاص. ليسنك في رقمك المدني. هذه طبيعي هذا. اوكي. Are you ready guys? جاهزين؟ البطايق جاهزة؟ انزين الحين من غير لا نتكلم بكل بساطة. هذا اكتتاب الله يسلمك. البطايق وايد اكتتاب هذا. زين الحين راح اعطيكم 30 seconds 30 ثانية بعد ما اقول هالجملة ترتبون نفسكم من الاكبر الى الاصغر في نفس الطاولة من غير صوت. لا تسألون بعض يا مواليد. اللي خلص. خلصتوا جادجز يلا تشيك. انا عندي هالطاولة خلصوا اول. هم اللي سمعت صوتهم. قاعد اقول عربي انجلش. يلا فيرست شاوت اوت. صح؟ مو انا مالي شغل هم اللي يجيكون. والله هناك سريعين. مبروك حياهم يستاهلون. للحين عادي صفقة وراح تفوزون مو معناته ما فزتوا الحين يعني خلاص. بعد اسمع 1 2 3. انزين الحين عاد ايش رايك داليا ناخذ مش نص شويه. ايه اعطيني 10 كور. يلا الحين يا دور مش نص اللي هي بينجو. راح اسحب ارقام. ذهبوا اوراقكم اللي عليها الارقام. ذهبوا الاوراق اللي عليها الارقام. Please prepare the papers for playing bingo. Yeah. اللي ما عنده قلم خليه يطلب قلم. If you don't have a pen you can ask for it. قلم pen. يلا. Give it to me. Okay, you can hold this. يلا جاهزين؟ Are you ready? اللي يبي يفوز لا يسولف. خلكم معاي والله خوش هدايا خوش جوائز. يلا ابدا. اول رقم 40 40 40 لا انطر. هو فيرتيكال او هوريزونتال قلنا. ثاني رقم 32 32 32 اللي يصير عنده خط عمودي او هوريزونتال يصرخ شو يقول؟ مش نص. 45 45 45 هذا ثالث رقم. This is the third number. So let's go to the fourth. The fourth number is 25. 25. 25. 25. ها معكم مش نص الحين. 58. 58. 58. ما سمعت صرخة للحين. ممكن الحين نسمع. ممكن الحين نسمع. 21. 21. 21. 21. للحين ما حد. 41. 41. 41. 41. 41. الرقم اللي بعده 39. 39. 39. 39. 63. 63. ترى اي والله حتى انا ودي تفوزين بس يعني ان شاء الله يا رب. 63. 63. 16. والله ناطر صرخة. 16. 16. ما في 16. اللي بعده 34. 34. 34. 34. 34. انا اليوم افوز. 26. ها 26. 26. ماكو بعد. 54. 54. الى الان ما في. 54. 54 ماكو للحين ما حد فاز. الرقم اللي بعده 60. 60. 60. ماكو. يلا اللي بعده 38. ها الصرخة اعلى اعلى. خل اسمع. قولي خوف استي. شنو؟ ها؟ لا انت فايزة بجائزة مو ها؟ يلا انا وياك. يلا 1 2 3. زين يلا حياك تعالي. لا الف مبروك يا هلا حياك الله. ها اي انزين عطوني المايك. عطوني المايك. وين المايك؟ مايك. ايوه. فالله يسلمكم. الطريقة كالآتي. عندنا مش نص وعندنا مسابقات ثانية هم بعد ريليتد تو تك بس شنو؟ بطريقة قديمة. احنا الحين اعطيناها الجائزة بس ما درينا شنو. خلنا نتلقف. خلنا نعرف ايش فايزة فيه. السلام عليكم. شلونك اختي؟ وصلتنا اخبار انك فزتي اليوم. بطلي لنا الظرف الله يخليك. خلينا نشوف ايش فزتي فيه. كنا برزنتيشن.
ايوه طويل. تيكت بكويت اسطنبول.
لا اقريها عدل. 2 ريتيرن تيكتس. اي حلوه تستاهل. هذا بس قالت تيكتس ما قالت 2. انزين الحين مكملين معاكم في هذا الحفل السنوي KIT Day. ويا حلوة من الاسم. أمس في البروفات طبعا الله يعطيهم العافية الجروب البي ار والشباب وجروب الاي تي اللي اشرفوا على هذا الحفل، ترى قعدوا امس لساعة متأخرة جدا جدا، اسمع لهم تحية يستاهلون. الحين ننتقل للاي تي رول از بزنس انيبلر. يوجين نوغوتو بابكو CIO فليتفضل. بليز ويلكم.
Good morning, can you hear me? It seems yes. That seemed like very much fun, so I think it's entertaining. My name is Eugen Agusu, I'm the CIO of Babco, and I would like to start by thanking you very much for inviting me here. I think it's a great event, and I think it's great that you are opening this event for other companies in the Gulf region, so thank you for that. I was invited to speak a little bit about what we are doing in Babco and how do we see digital transformation in Babco. We don't call that digital transformation, we call it digital evolution. I think it has a more positive connotation if you call it evolution instead of transformation. Plus that we know that our industry, it's actually quite asset intensive, so we are not going to transform into any Google or anything like that anytime soon. Can we go to the next slide? Now, I think you are all familiar with Babco, and the history of Babco goes all the way back to the first oil find in the Gulf region. We have recently had our 90th anniversary, so it's a really old company. It has been the driving engine of Bahrain economy for many years. And this year actually marks not only the 90th anniversary, which is a very nice round number, but actually it is the groundbreaking of the BMP, the Babco Modernization Program, which is a massive investment, probably the largest investment project in the history of not only of the company, but of Bahrain itself. So you can see our business card, and with this modernization actually, the objective, and everybody is mobilizing into the company for being prepared for the post-BMP life. So we are looking to modernize everything within the company. Next, please. To go to IT, this is our vision. It's not a long statement, but if I take out the keywords out of that, what we are saying is that we drive digital with people, data, and technology. And obviously, we put people at the core of our strategy. Next, please. So I'm going to talk a little bit about different initiatives, what we have along these lines: people, data, technology. And in terms of people, obviously, we start with culture. Babco is a national oil company. However, it's very international. We have today more than 40 different nationalities in the company. So it's very diverse, and we appreciate diversity, but we do have a common set of values and a common set of mindsets and behaviors what we would like to foster. And this is our STARS program. And it's called STARS because the STARS are the 5 letters for the 5 key mindsets what we are encouraging our people to have. The second initiative, we think that IT is no longer a service provider and shouldn't be perceived as a service provider. We are part of the business. We are part of the business fabric. And therefore, we are expecting our IT people to understand the oil industry, to understand the business. And that's the Oil and Gas 101 program, which we are running together with our Oil and Gas Academy in Awali. And our people are learning about the entire petroleum value chain and about the Babco business processes, the Babco assets, and so on. And we think that's very important. Also, with the focus on people, we have a significant development program. And we are pursuing all the technology certifications, including cloud. And it's not just simple training programs, but we insist very much on having certified people. That has a value in itself. And finally, we have partnerships with the 2 major universities in Bahrain, which is the University of Bahrain and the Bahrain Polytechnics. And we are inviting students every year to come and work on their final projects with us on topics which are of interest for ourselves and for the universities. Now, we have seen a very interesting keynote earlier about blockchain. And blockchain certainly it's a significant promise for the oil and gas industry as well, like many other technologies. But we believe that digital will not start with blockchain. It starts with people, and then it starts with us providing people with a modern workplace. Next slide, please. And this is our next important initiative, the modern workplace. We have a massive program for modernizing completely the entire infrastructure with the end user computing devices. We have migrated, already started, we are midway through Windows 10, Office 365, all the Azure cloud applications. And we are working on extending the connectivity and collaboration tools to the entire workforce. Along with that, we have a user education program, because all these tools what I've been talking about, they are very powerful. All these companies, Microsoft, Amazon, and so on, they are investing a lot. We are actually behind in terms of making use of all the advances which are available today in these tools. And to catch up with that, we need to have a very strong education program for the end users. Next, please. I've seen in one of the, in the video with the initiatives, somebody talked about Oracle and migrating to Oracle Cloud. We do have Oracle as well for like 2 decades already. We are still using eBusiness Suite, as some of you. And at this point, we still want to consolidate our operations on that. And we see the ERP as the core foundation for a strong data platform which we are going to build, leveraging cloud further on. So our initiatives in terms of that is to consolidate more and more business processes on our ERP, improve the overall user experience. eBusiness Suite is not exactly a modern product. And more important, to integrate operational reporting and analytics. These are off-the-shelf tools which we are just adopting. If you are interested in that, I can give you more details. Furthermore, we are also enhancing the capabilities of our ERP with cloud features. We are adopting the talent management platform, and we are looking at the budgeting and planning to move it as well into the Oracle Cloud. Next. Cloud. I mentioned cloud already a couple of times. Probably some of you know that Amazon Web Services has opened a new region, the Bahrain region. There are 3 brand new data centers which have been opened around mid-year this year in Bahrain. And Bahrain government has a cloud-first policy. We want to take advantage of that. We want to use this as an opportunity. And for that, we have already established our landing zone on AWS. We are working directly with Amazon on a migration plan for cloud. And we have started our first project, which will be delivered on AWS. That is the digital asset management, which is the entire archive of Babco, which is going to be digitized and stored into the cloud. And as I mentioned, we are adopting and we are open for cloud-based software as a service solutions. Next, please. Furthermore, empowering our workforce, we are adopting mobility. We have implemented mobile device management and enterprise solution, and we want to create a seamless experience for our employees, whether they have corporate devices or they can bring their own device. We are deploying 600 intrinsically safe devices for our workforce, including the field operators in the refineries and so on. And we want to provide them with mobile applications. Some of them are ready-made, coming out with products. Some of them we are going to develop. And we have adopted a cross-platform development for mobile, platform for mobile applications. We have delivered a few mobile apps today. We have a small group, which we can call it a mobile app factory. It's 4 people, but they can be very, very effective. Next. Now, everything I said needs to be secured, and we are adopting a so-called zero trust-based security model. That changes the whole paradigm around security, and it changes all the governance around that. More importantly, we have to secure our enterprise end-to-end. It's not enough to secure the business IT. We have to secure the industrial network as well. I've seen you have an initiative about that as well. So what we are doing is that we have agreed to implement a unified governance and model, a security model across IT and operational technology. And with that, we are going to have an operationalized security operating center, again serving both worlds. We have recently started an awareness campaign, a cybersecurity awareness campaign. It was an event about this size, 200, 250 people, which was extremely well received. And that actually showed us that people are quite open to learn about cybersecurity. And the awareness is probably as much important as any other investment we make in technology and cybersecurity tools. Next, please. So those are most of the initiatives we are doing, and we say those are enablers. That's the foundation where we are laying down for further improvements. However, if you go into the core business, we believe that nothing is going to work as long as we are still working in silos. So top of our agenda is the convergence of the IT and OT. We are aligned with that, so OT is part of our engineering division, and we have top-level sponsorship for driving this convergence together. There are multiple initiatives coming from the engineering world. They cannot be achieved if pursued in isolation. And that is very clear. I will not talk today about sophisticated things or fancy things like blockchain, IoT, machine learning, AI, and so on. These will come. First, we have to lie in the proper foundation for it. We are, of course, as probably you are, we are doing prototypes, we are doing proof of concepts and so on. And we are trying and testing the technologies. We will speak more about it, and I think you are probably thinking the same, once we will be really able to scale up those prototypes and those POCs. So that's in a nutshell what we are doing. To recap, we are investing in our people. We are reskilling and upskilling our people. We are providing them with a modern workplace and mobility tools. We are building data platforms, leveraging cloud, and we are working to secure this on an end-to-end comprehensive level throughout the Bapco enterprise. Thank you for your attention.
ننتقل الحين إلى بارت آخر نسولف فيه أيضا ونعرف ونتعلم من هذه الناس اللي جاية ومشاركتنا في هذا اليوم علشان تعطينا من المعلومات اللي عندها، وبالنهاية هي كلها استفادة بالإضافة إلى شوية متعة وشوية هدايا. إن شاء الله اليوم هذا تتذكرون لقدام سنين وسنين. Now let's go to building a digital society with Mr. Kevin Tamero. Please welcome Mr. Kevin Tamero, Building a Digital Society keynote.
Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen, and a good welcome from my side. It's a pleasure to be here from Estonia this morning to talk to you about how we have been able to build a digital society and share some experiences of how other countries can do the same. My name is Kevin. I'm head of business development at Cybernetica. And our history dates back to 1960, when the Institute of Cybernetics under the Estonian Academy of Sciences was founded. This is where our historical roots are based in. Now, throughout the years, we've been acting as a central knowledge hub in the region and in the country in building up capacities in information technology and information security. And throughout the years, we've had the privilege of working together with the Estonian government in delivering what are some of the most critical, most foundational aspects of e-governance in Estonia. So in the early 2000s, we started off with the first ID card pilots and helped the parliament draft the legislation that was necessary to implement the ID cards as a means of authentication and as a means of providing digital signatures that carry the same weight as a handwritten signature does. The interoperability framework, X-Road, which makes it possible to exchange data interoperably between government agencies and reducing the need for people to move between agencies and the amount of bureaucracy that people need to go through. And just as an example, in Estonia since 2005, we've been able to vote online over the internet and from there on every consecutive election that we have had. Now, throughout the years, we've seen several international organizations rank Estonia on the top of their lists. And this is an example of the level of digitalization that our government has gone through and how this has transformed, also helped transform the business environment. To bring you a couple of examples, today when we talk about online services in terms of government provision of services on the internet, Estonia has a penetration of 99%. We're close to every service available offered by the administration, by the government, is offered also online through a series of portals. And what is most crucial here is that Estonians trust these e-solutions because when we started building these systems, we thought about security measures and implemented those from early on because you're building governance on the internet and you have to think about securing this from day one. And where this shows examples that are really evident and crucial is in ease of doing business. When we talk about modernizing governance, then a large part of the focus and efforts goes into making it easier for businesses to conduct what they need to do without having to have unnecessary restraints, unnecessary bureaucracy, or red tape. So as an example, in Estonia today, it's possible to start a business in a couple of hours. But what's even more important, the ways of managing and operating a business have been made simple. As an example, through hassle-free e-taxation, both for companies and citizens. But also if we talk about the implementation of digital identity, then we see that contracts between companies, contracts between individuals and companies are made more simple thanks to not having the need of going to physical locations to sign these contracts. And as an example, in healthcare, which today is becoming globally one of the most pressing focus points for governments and societies as a whole, we've been able to digitize our healthcare system in a way that citizens can access their healthcare information online, to see the entire history of their medical background, to see the results from their checkups. But also the medical practitioners can, when necessary, gain access to a person's medical history to provide them with the necessary care that they need. And this paired with access rights, where citizens can choose who can access their data, has created what is considered as one of the most developed healthcare systems in the world. When we started building these systems in Estonia, we understood that there's a number of components that need to be looked at and implemented well for this to be functioning and to reach a level of maturity. It starts with the regulatory framework, where we create the boundaries of governance in its digital form. And then we move on to a number of components that make up the sort of grand architecture of this. So if we look at this at a conceptualized level as sort of an architecture, we see that on the below level are government registers, information and data that's stored in government databases, which usually are spread across a number of different organizations and entities. In a lot of cases, it's difficult to access this data among counterparts. And the end goal is to have services in specific domains like e-health, e-police, e-taxation, or a citizen portal that would act as the manifestation of government in its online form. But in between, two crucial things need to be done right and need to be implemented. And those are interoperability and digital identity. And when in 2016, the World Bank Development Report looked at the Estonian e-governance ecosystem, they found that these were the two crucial pieces that helped Estonia become what is known as one of the most advanced digital nations in the world. So if we think about interoperability in Estonia's case, what we see here is sort of the nervous system or the brain of the Estonian public administration. The red dots represent different organizations and a distributed architecture where specific organizations maintain and hold a specific kind of data. And other organizations that need this data in their business processes would then query and retrieve this data over the interoperability platform. The other piece is digital identity. In Estonia, we've started this process, this journey already since the early 2000s. And we've reached a maturity level where we've gone through several iterations. Today we have 3 different means of digital identity in Estonia. Starting out the first ID cards in the early 2000s, moving on to a SIM card-based mobile ID available on any mobile phone, and then lately moving to the next generation digital identity, Smart ID, making it possible to use your digital identity over smart devices, which is a tokenless technology. There are a number of principles that help govern this space. Now we've chosen 3 of them to highlight here. The first one is once only. And this is a philosophy behind the fact that citizens should really provide information to the government, to the public administration once, in the sense that once this information is provided, the government actually already has this information and should not be asking this from the citizens again. And a key element here is that it should be the data that is moving between government entities, organizations, rather than the people having to go to one organization to pick up a piece of paper to then go to another organization to hand this paper over. This is a lot of bureaucracy and red tape that the citizens have to go through that is actually mindless and creates a loss of efficiency in society as a whole. Second is security by default. We're talking about a mission-critical environment where a lot of this work is conducted over the public internet, and it has a lot of threats built into it. So it's clear that from day one, the architecture has to look at building in top security principles. And finally, citizen centricity, in the sense that these services are built for citizens. And when designing these services, you need to think about how citizens actually would like to use these services. So when we started this work in the late 90s, Estonia had recently regained its independence. We were a young country that wanted to re-establish our place in the international community and also reform our economy. And it was clear for this you need a nimble, efficient government apparatus, because as a country we didn't have natural resources, we didn't have much human capital. So any efficiency you could find, you had to go for it. But at the time, government information systems didn't take advantage of the internet, suffered from poor interconnectivity, and also since this was a very security-heavy environment, the IT skills in public organizations and also among the public administrators were not efficiently balanced towards these tasks. And despite this, we're still talking about a mission-critical space in the sense that these registries contain personal data, which is always sensitive. It's someone's personal data, but in a lot of cases also confidential. In a lot of cases, you need this information in real time to make high-value decisions. So since the late 90s and early 2000s, we started our research and development in this field, with then coming out with what's known as the X-Road, that is considered as the backbone of e-Estonia. And throughout the years, I've been continuously improving and implementing and developing this system further, up to a point where we've gained enough experience to be able to help other countries suffering or facing similar problems overcome these challenges. And for us, it has been about challenges. Historically, these technologies have been developed as a response to specific issues and problems that we faced in Estonia. And what we've discovered is that a lot of countries around the world are still facing and struggling with similar issues, especially if we talk about interoperability and secure data exchange, and if we talk about digital identity as sort of the foundational pieces in building up a modern digital society. So today, as we are consulting with other governments and countries around the world, we're seeing that thanks to this experience that we've gained from Estonia, we can help cut out the first 7 or so years that it took us to learn for ourselves because we didn't have anyone else to learn from. And today we're in a position that we're happily sharing this experience with other countries around the world. So thank you very much for having us here today. We're happy to be sharing our experience with you and hope that this was enlightening for you. Thank you.
Hey. Inshallah. Thanks to Mr. Kevin Tamero. Building a Digital Society keynote was an amazing keynote. So let's go back to some prizes. من يبي جوائز اللي عنده استعداد انه يفوز. الحين بنغير فكرة المش نص. الرقمين اللي بقولهم إذا طلعوا لك أنت فايز. If I mentioned the next 2 numbers and you got them right, you have them, you win. Okay? هذا اللعبة الحين. من غير vertical horizontal. الحين راح تصير الرقمين إذا طلعوا لك أنت صح. Okay. this one? Okay. يلا. 66 66 66. اوكي عندنا كانديديت هناك. الرقم الثاني عاد. The second number. And don't forget to scream. to shout. مش نص. يلا. الرقم الثاني is 48. مش نص. 1 2 3 4. لا 48.
48.
ها؟ نسحب one more number. One more number. 24. أول واحدة. مو ثاني واحدة. خليني أشوف. ايه هلا 26 تقول لك شيء غصب. اي الف مبروك. بترو كاردز 2 بترو كاردز 30 each. مبروك. الحين لا let's go to the picture. يلا الحين راح نلعب لعبة هي تشالنج. بلانك هانت تشالنج. شنو فكرتها؟ في مجموعة من الصور بتطلع. اوكي راح نشوف مجموعة من الصور الحين 13 صورة. اوكي وانا راح اطلب منكم بعدين ارقام، بس الارقام اللي بطلبها تكتبوا لي اسمها بالكويتي. شكل راح يطلع بالصورة كلها ايتمز تعتبر قديمة. اوكي items old items. فابي the accurate Kuwaiti name of it لما اطلب منكم رقمهم. اوكي جاهزين؟ احفظ الرقم علشان تكتب الاسم صح. اوكي فبعدين راح اقول لك لو لازم يطلعون كلهم صح، فيعني راح اسال يمكن 3 إلى 4 اسئله وابي عاد الاجابات تكون كلها صح. يلا شوفوا الصور. بكل الشاشات معروضة. هذا المفروض استعانة بصديق. الو يمه شوفوا الصور بعد للحين عادي انا بيهم يشوفون الصور. الشرط الوحيد اللي عندي لما اقول الارقام اللي يكتب اجاباته على طول يجيني بسرعة، لان اول واحد هو اللي بيفوز والجائزة تسوى يعني، والجائزة زينة. جاهزين؟ راح اقول الارقام الحين. ابي تكتبون لي شنو كانت الصورة رقم 1. تفضل كان عندي فايز. ها ايه انزين هذه بوينتس، فانت الحين اتفضل استريح. الحين طاولتكم صار عندها بوينتس. اوكي خل نشوف الصورة اللي عقبها، بس بسرعة جاوبوني. ها الصورة رقم 3. والله شطار ما شاء الله. انزين صار عندهم هم بعد بوينتس. الصورة رقم 9. شراخ صح والله ما شاء الله عليه. اوكي خليهم اخر صورة الصورة رقم 11. الصورة رقم 11 هو صح شيء يخص العيش. لا صورة لا بالميم بس مو ملة بالميم بس مو ملة. الحين واحد يقول لك مثلا فلان ملقوف وجهه عريض او منشف صح. انزين الطاولات اللي جاوبت صح خلوها راح يمرون عليكم. قاعد نحسب بوينتس، ترى عندنا جادجز اللي لابسين احمر كلهم قاعد يراقبون الطاولات، فعلى طول النقاط قاعده تتسجل. اي انزين من بطاولته عنده كركوشه هني وهني، بس اللي عندهم كركوشه 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 ما شاء الله والله وايد مشاركين. ها انزين الحين اللعبه لها علاقه. اي وهني في كركوشه بعد وهني في كركوشه. اللعبه لها علاقه شويه بش كثر انتو يعني نبي نكسر بارت اعتمادنا على التكنولوجيا، نبي نرجع شويه حق قبل نستخدم ايادينا، وشويه شلون نعرف نحل الالغاز. اي راح اخذ طاولتين من هني. 1 اختاروا لكم مرشح. تفضل اختاروا لكم مرشحة. يلا حياتك وهني اختاروا لكم مرشح. الطاولة اللي ورا اختاروا لكم مرشحة. التليفون بعدين. حياك حياك. وطبعا تعتمد على السرعة. تفضل هني، تفضل. وتعتمد على السرعة هي. انزين لا حد يبطل شيء. تفضل هني. ايوه خليك واقفة. الفكرة كالآتي، قلت لكم ان احنا متعودين على كل شيء على طول طقينا بالآلة الحاسبة، طلعنا التليفون، دزينا مسج، ما ادري شنو. والحلول دائما طفي شيء ورد شغله. دائما شيل السم كارد ورد ركبه. ودائما ينحل يعني. سبحان الله. بس الحين لا يدك. فالحين الموضوع لا، نبي نشوف ايش كثر احنا ممكن نحل الغاز. واسرع واحد يحل الموضوع هو اللي بيفوز، صح؟ انزين. خل اشوف انا قبلك علشان اقول لك بعدين انت شو راح تسوي. اوه ها؟ انزين. ولازم انت تعرفين ترى شنو السالفه. اي لا انت لازم تعرفين وين الطول هذه هي. اوكي الحين كل واحد قدامه خيشه وفيها شويه تولز صغار. انزين ابي من التولز اللي عندكم تسوون لي تاور. ها؟ اي لا اكيد يلعب عليك باستخدام التول. لا مو تيم، كل واحد برا، كل واحد يمثل طاولته. اللي يفوز ها؟ من اول. انزين كان يو ستيبل بستيبل. انزين اللي يفوز راح يفوز طاولته كلها. في عندهم مجموعة من التولز صغار جدا بس لازم يسووا لي منها تاور. طريقتك. يلا مع العد. شوفوا نعتمد على السرعة ونعتمد على البرج الأطول. It's your call. It's your call. عندنا تايم. كل واحد هني يعتبر هو منتخب طاولته، هو اللي رشحوه علشان يمثلهم هني. اذا فاز فوز الطاولة كلها. اي فنبي تشجيع يعني لو سمحتوا. اي كيف الحين بعد العد اي اوكي يصير الحين يصير تمسكها بس شنو؟ اي طبعا. كيفك كل واحد وطريقته. اي بالستيك اي من غير الايد بالستيك. يعني مثلا شفت هذه سويت كذي جيب هذه مثلا. لا علم يعني بس علشان لا احد يقول بعد ما قالوا لنا ولا شيء. اوكي نبدا التايم بس من غير الايد، من غير اللمس بالايد. 1 2 3 كل طاولة تشجع منتخبها لو سمحتوا. ها يلا لا كذي ما يصير، لازم فوق بعض. هذا بغى يطيح. هل في احد راح يقدر يسوي التاور اللي في بالي؟ ايوه فوقها صح. لا انت ماشيه صح. ايه ايوه اي صح. لا ترجف ترى هناك اقوى. اي يا جماعه ترى احنا بس بنشوف منو اعلى، لان الظاهر ان ما حد راح يسوي تاور. هذا برج بيزا اللي سويتيه تو، برج بيزا. ها صعبه. هني عندنا 2 وهني عندنا وهني عندنا 3. هني عندنا 2 وهني عندنا 3. انت اللي فزتي 3. سويت 4 طاحوا، ما سويت 4. قول الصدق. الطاولة كلها فازت. ألف مبروك، تستلمون جوائزكم من هناك. وثقت؟ ما بدك انزين يلا get me the شو اسمه. اي حياكم. طاولة رقم 5. اي تفضلوا يلا. طاولة رقم 5 صار كل واحدة فيهم صار عندها ابل واتش. احتريته؟ لا عادي. يلا وين الارقام؟ وين الارقام؟ داليا ها؟ يس. نرجع مرة ثانية على مش نص. فالحين بنرد نقول جهزوا الكروت. your cards. 68 68 68 68 68 و 72. قالت يس. لأن للحين 42 42. حياة احتاج اشوف. والله يا بتها. الف مبروك. زين هم بعد خلينا نقرا شنو. حب اللقافه. اي الله يكون بعونك. والله يعني ساعات الواحد يتمنى يفوز بس على جائزة كذي هذه تبلش اصلا. يا الله الف مبروك. 2 ريتيرن تيكتس تو كويت اسطنبول كويت. حيوة تستاهل. اذا هات كيسك بعد بالمرة. الكيس ما تبي؟ يلا بعد منو بده يفوز؟ اوكي 75 75 75 عندك خط كامل بعد. يلا 75 تحبه. 67 الرقمين 65 75 و 67. لا 75 و 67. اوكي حياة تفضلي. كل اللي طلع لهم الرقمين 75 طلع لك. لا 60 لا 75 و67 طلع لك؟ لا 75 ما طلع لك. 75 67 بليز ويلكم. اوكي تفضل. اي اوكي الحين من بين اللي موجودين 75 و67 عندك اياهم؟ عندك 75 و67؟ لا 75 شلون ما اشوفك؟ تعالي قاعد اقول اللي يخلص فيني. 75 و60 ما عندك اياها. اوكي انزين الحين من بين اللي موجودين راح اختار. ها الكرت وين كرتها؟ وراح كرتها؟ ويرز هير كارد؟ اي give her her card back. الحين من بين اللي موجودين راح نسحب رقم، اللي يطلع عنده هو اللي فايز. اوكي 75 و 67 75 وين 75 كان موجود. تفضل. اوكي تفضلي تعال. الحين اثنين من اللي موجودين بس هم اللي ممكن يفوزون. اي اول رقم first number اللي يقول اول مشنص you have to shout مشنص. اي 12 first winner. مبروك. خل نشوف شنو.
اول واحد يقول.
اي اول واحد يقول. الف مبروك. ترى كاردز باقي بعد واحدة باقي بعد رقم. الرقم اللي يقول اول مشنص 15 مشنص. شفتي لو رايحة وقاعدة. بس شو واز فيرست الجائزة. خلينا نشوف جائزتك. خلينا نشوف جائزتك. انا تاخذين الجائزة وتمشين عني الله يهداك. الجائزة كالآتي. وين الحين تو يوم قلنا لها تذكرتين اسطنبول شنو قلتي بقلبك؟ عليها بالعافية. شفت شلون نيتش طيبة عطوش تذكرتين بس. كويت اسطنبول حيوها. يلا اوكي الحين هم بعد التصفيات مكملة. يلا الحين بعد مرة راح نقول رقمين. إذا طلعوا هالرقمين بس عندك أنت مؤهل تصعدهم. أوكي رقمين فركزوا معاي. 27 موجود. 27 الرقم الثاني هو بساعة 27. الحين 28 27 28 حياكم. كل اللي طلع لهم الرقمين حياكم. ايوه انا هذا اللي ابيه. هذا العدد اللي ابيه. ايه ايوه بالضبط. الحين عاد راح اجاب لهم اسرع واحد بيقول مش للصج. بس علشان نكون متفقين لما اقول الرقم لا ركزوا معي اسرع واحد او وحده يتفاعل معاي يقول لي مشلص. تفضل هني. ايوه خلكم كلكم قدامي عشان اشوف من اللي قال مشلص اول. وين الارقام؟ داليا وين الارقام؟ أسرع واحد أو وحدة يتفاعل معاي ويكون فعلا الرقم عنده ويقول لي مشنص بصوت عالي هو اللي بيفوز، لأن ما راح أقدر أركز إلا من خلال الصوت، لأن ما شاء الله أنتوا وايد. الرقم 37 37. أشوف صح. حيوها. لا ما قلنا لا. اكو بعد للحين. ايه يلا الف مبروك. الحين بعد مرة 2 ففازت هي، باقي واحد. يلا اسرع واحد او واحدة. انا مالي شغل، شفتوا توه. ان شاء الله عندك. ها جاهزين؟ ما حد راح شو اسمه ما انتهاوش. يلا رقم 5. هني وينه؟ مو موجود عيل هني. 5 موجود. 5 موجود هني. فايز مبروك. ركزت وياكم. الف مبروك. شوف الجائزة. خلينا نشوف الجائزة علشان اللي ما فاز. وي لحم لهني. اسطنبول 2 تيكتس. الف مبروك. يلا اخر. ايه بعد يلا اخر رقم. خلينا نشوف منو فيكم سعيد الحظ. يوش. جاهزين؟ اسرع واحد او وحده. رقم 50. اخر واحده. حيا تعالي خلينا نشوف واحد موجود. حيوها. تستاهل. خلينا نشوف انت شنو جائزتك الحين. شنو الجائزة؟ الحين كلهم تذكرتين اسطنبول. يوم يا على حظك هم تذكرتين اسطنبول. حيوها. انزين نعود مرة أخرى في هذا الايفنت اللي من خلاله فعلا قاعد نشوف ايش كثر قسم الاي تي بكل القطاعات. انا استانس لما اشوف ناس من نفس السيكتور ولكن in different companies meet up، يتعرفون على بعض، يقعدون مع بعض. هذه التشات الصغيرة هي اللي ممكن نتطور حتى يعني مو تطور من طريقة تفكير الشخص حتى اللي قدام في شركته هو. الحين نبي نروح ونسمع من عبد المحسن الدويسان Innovation Strategist شيء اسمه Better is Better Innovation Myths. حياك.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. I just want to lead by saying that I have stage fright, which means that I have a fear of public speaking. So this should be fun. I wanted to talk to you today about 3 mindset shifts, 3 powerful mindset shifts that if you adopt, you will improve your capabilities in innovating and bringing new ideas forward. Along the way, we're going to be discussing sushi, foam rollers, video games, and a bunch of other examples. Okay? I'm going to go a bit fast because I have limited time, so try to stay with me. Okay. We are told that ideas are calls for change. When I bring forward an idea, what I'm asking you to do is to stop using what you currently use and use my idea instead, right? And in order for you to adopt my idea, you're going to have to change a lot of the habits, a lot of the routines in order to accept my new idea. And what we've been told is that change is binary. So it's either black or white. You change or you get left behind. Okay? You innovate or you die. 2 options. I don't believe that to be true. And here's why. Back in the 1960s, a company called Coca-Cola, which we're all familiar with, They had upwards of 60% market share. So there is this company in the 1960s that has 60% market share, okay? Dominant in the beverage industry. 20-some years later, a new competitor comes into the market. This new competitor is Pepsi. And what happened is truly remarkable. When Pepsi debuted, Coca-Cola's dominance went down from 60% all the way down to 24%. 60% down to 24%, all because of a new competitor called Pepsi. Now, let's imagine that you and I, we're part of the product team that works at Coca-Cola. Okay? So now we work at Coca-Cola, and we've just seen our market share dwindle all the way down to 24%. We have to do something, right? We have to do something. We can't just stay there. But we need to make our next move in a smart way. So what Coca-Cola did is they waited for two things to happen. Number one is they made sure that this wasn't a fad, muhabba, okay? That really they're down 24% and they're staying there. And the second thing they wanted to make sure of is that they made proper research, okay, a lot of research before they committed to their next move. And here was their next move. What Coca-Cola decided to do is to debut New Coke. Here's how they did it. If you go to a McDonald's, if you go to any supermarket, you will not find Coca-Cola. You will only find New Coke. That's your only option. Okay? So, recap. We work at Coca-Cola, 60% market share, all the way down to 24% market share, and then we did something. Here was the response. People went to the streets to protest this change. They hated the change. They didn't want it. Okay? Just look at one of those signs over there. It says, "Our children will never know refreshment." This is how much Coca-Cola meant to those people. Okay? So, we just got left behind as people that work at Coca-Cola. We changed, and it seems like we're even further behind, right? So maybe that's not the best way to bring about change. However, we do have ideas. We want to bring them forward. So maybe sushi can help us better navigate change. Let me tell you a little story about sushi. Does anyone not know? So sushi is a raw delicacy. Okay? You basically eat raw fish. So in the US, back in the 1970s, the sushi industry was all but non-existent. So that meant that there were a few mom and pop shops here and there that sold sushi in the US, but nobody was eating that. Nobody was eating sushi. Then something interesting happened. The US created the California roll. The US created, so this is not from Japan, this is from the US. They created the California roll. And as far as I know, the California roll consists of rice, avocados, cucumber, sesame seeds, and crab meat, cooked crab meat. Okay? So this was something that resembled this change, this idea of sushi, but was rooted in the familiar. People in the US ate those ingredients that were in the California roll. They were okay with it. Okay? What happened next, truly remarkable. Today, the sushi industry in the US accounts for $2.25 billion of consumption annually. $2.25 billion. This was a market that was all but non-existent. All of a sudden, $2.25 billion industry every year. Okay? So when you're thinking about change, ask yourself, is it really binary? Is all change the same? Do you change or get left behind? Or maybe there's a better way to bring change and to bring new ideas to the table. Ask yourself, if you're working on an idea, what would the California roll version of my idea look like? How can you root familiarity into the newness that you're bringing about? Okay? I'll go to my second mindset shift. On a certain day in 2007, a certain Steve Jobs announced the iPhone. We all know that story. We all know how successful it became. But on that day, what also happened was the emergence of a really corrupt mindset. Because what happened was, and this is how I like to imagine it happening, is Apple became so iconic. They became the icon of innovation, right? We all wanted to be like Apple. So here's how I imagine this happening. In competitors, organizations, what happened was, okay, Apple, technology, innovation, right? Apple, technology, innovation, Apple, technology, innovation. We want to be like Apple. So let's substitute Apple and put our organization. And so we need to adopt high tech in order to be innovative. And this became synonymous. If you go and Google innovation today, the first, let's say 10, 20 responses are all high tech, all apps, softwares, digital. Here's the thing, I'm not buying it. And I'll give you an example. Anyone know what this is? Has anyone seen? Foam roller, right? So this is a product that is made out of a hollow cylindrical plastic covered with rubber and some ridges. And what this product promises is that if you roll or use it like such, you will be releasing some of the tight knots, tight muscles in your body. Okay? Now, previously, before this product, you had to hire a physiotherapist or a chiropractor in order to release your tightness. Now you don't have to. Here's the thing. This thing has no software, doesn't connect to an app, and isn't digital. This is a purely physical product. No sensors, no actuators, none of it. And we see it in every gym in Kuwait. We see it everywhere. We see it in the States. It's all over the place. Remarkably successful. Nothing about it is digital. So here's how I like to challenge people. When they bring about new ideas, I ask them, what would your product look like without any technology? At the end of the day, let's understand something. Customers have problems and they have desired outcomes. And they want to solve their problems and get to their desired outcomes. Your product is a promise that bridges that gap. You yourself decide if it needs to include any sensor. It doesn't have to, right? It doesn't have to. So ask yourself, what would my product or what would my idea look like without any high technology? Okay. I'll go to my third mindset shifts. This is by far my favorite, and if you've been snoozing throughout, focus here, okay? We've been told that innovation is all about being better, smarter, and faster, right? Fair enough? Better, faster, smarter. And as you know, I did not buy it. And I'll tell you why. Gillette, we're all familiar with Gillette. They make razors, shaving products. And this story takes us back to 1903. In 1903, the first safety razor with disposable blades was introduced. So this was the very first time in history that you can shave at home and then remove the top blades and replace them. 1903. Okay. 1932, 30 years later, they debuted the next iteration, and it's dipped in blue lacquer. So this promises a closer shave, a better shave. 1947, Gillette introduces Gillette Super Speed. And notice the adjectives here. Super speed. What they're promising is a better, more precise, a cleaner shave. And they kept going and going and going and going. And so what you see today is Gillette Blue 2, Gillette Blue 3, Gillette Mac 3, Gillette Mac 3 Turbo. And so the promise is Gillette 3 is better than Gillette 2. And Gillette 2 is better than Gillette 1. And Gillette Mac Turbo Plus is better than Gillette Mac Turbo without the plus. The pursuit of better, better, better. Now what happens is some competitors follow suit. So you see Schick, for example, and they have their same version of what it means to be better. So Schick Extreme 3, Schick Hydro 5. And just judging by those numbers, you know that there was a Schick Hydro 4, Schick Hydro 3, Schick Hydro 2, and so on and so forth. So this was an industry that was dominated by the pursuit of being better, better and better. Then someone decided to do something different, not better. Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club is a company that debuted in around 2013, if I recall properly. And what they said is, you shave regularly, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to send you a subscription box with a shaving kit that includes our own product. Is our product as good as Gillette? No. Is it better? No. It's actually worse. This is a product that is worse. Okay? Here's how they position themselves. They said you can get a blade, a Gillette blade, for $4.50. Our blades, $1.50. Our blades are worse than Gillette's blades. But listen, you don't need 5 blades. You don't need a safety strip. You don't need it to vibrate and have a laser and all of that. You don't need that. It's unnecessary. So are our blades better than Gillette's? No. Are they as good? No. Are they good enough? Yes. Anything extra, you don't need. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, what happened next is beyond remarkable. I remember when this company was launched, and I never expected this to happen. $1 billion. Unilever buys Dollar Shave Club for $1 billion. Unilever buys Dollar Shave Club. They bought a product that is worse for $1 billion. Okay? So much for the pursuit of better. Right? So much for the pursuit of better. Now, what's interesting is after Unilever bought Dollar Shave Club, their growth plateaued. But that's for another day, I guess. Okay. I want to drive this point forward because I really believe it's the difference between successfully innovating and not successfully innovating. So I wanted to talk about video games. Anybody play video games? Some of you? Some people play video? Okay, good. There are 3 common competitors in the video game industry. Let's leave PCs aside, okay? We're just going to be talking about video gaming consoles. So there are 3 main companies, 3 main competitors. There is Sony with their PlayStation, Microsoft with the Xbox, and Nintendo with the GameCube previously and then the Wii. Okay? And I'm going to go through a bit of specs here. I'll try to be a bit fast. Here are the specs. This is in 2006. Usually those companies, they launch their product around the same time. So they're competing around the same frequency of release. Processor type. By the way, the very first column is the Xbox, followed by the PlayStation, and then Nintendo. Okay, Xbox, 3.2 gigahertz. Sony, 3.2 gigahertz. Graphics processor, 500, 550. Native video resolutions, 480, 720. And the thing is, what you need to know here is the higher the number, the better the product. Okay? The higher the numbers, the better the product. And you see the pricing on these 2 products. Ready for Nintendo? Here's Nintendo. Okay. As I told you, I like to imagine how the team meetings went along when they were trying to design this product, okay? And by the way, we're talking about Nintendo here. So this is a company that virtually has access to the best talent in the world. They have access to all the cash that they need. They have access to any technology they wanted, okay? Here's how they sat down in their product meetings. Don't quote me, by the way. Okay, guys, let's design the newest and best video gaming console. Let's talk processor type. We can get up to 3.5 gigahertz. Nah, we don't need it. Let's go with 729 megahertz. Okay, graphics processor, 500, 550. We can push the limits here. Nah, let's stick with 240, 243 megahertz. We think that sounds about right. Native video resolution. I mean, this is This is how far technology has advanced, and this is a company, Nintendo. Everybody knows Nintendo, and they're deciding to use technology that was, for all intents and purposes, outdated. Outdated. Okay? All right. Let me tell you what happened next. PlayStation, they were happy because the PlayStation 3 was better than the PlayStation 2. And the PlayStation 2 was better than the PlayStation 1. So they continued about their pursuit of being better. One company, Nintendo, was doing something different. I remember going by Excite, and they had the big screen, and you had the Nintendo Wii, and you can test out Wii Tennis and whatnot. And they were doing something different. Not better, different. Here's the outcome. As of 2012, because that's when they discontinue producing this console, Nintendo led its competition with over 101 million units sold. It beat out the competition with a product that was worse. Not better, worse. Interesting, right? Very interesting. Now, what tends to happen when you do something different and you succeed at it is people copy you. Okay? So this was Sony's response because they noticed that they were succeeding. So my point being is, better is better. The PlayStation 3 is better than the PlayStation 2. And the PlayStation 2 is better than the PlayStation 1. So better is better until someone does something different, and then different becomes better than better. Better is better until someone does something different, and then different becomes better than better. And when you succeed with the different, it's another race towards being better at what was different. Okay? Now, the funny thing is Nintendo pulled off the exact same trick years later. The exact same trick. Handheld video devices. They were getting better, better, better. Then they decided to do something different, which was 2 separate joysticks. So now you have a handheld device that you can play multiplayer on. And again, what happened next was remarkable. The Nintendo Switch becomes the fastest selling home video console in US history. Not better, different. So much for being better, right? So much for being better. I thought innovation was about being better, smarter, and faster. We have products that are inferior, worse products that were remarkably innovative, changed the course of history in their markets. So ask yourself this, when you're working on an idea, when you're working on an initiative, not how to make the existing better, but rather how can we solve a different problem set? How can we solve a different problem set? Ladies and gentlemen, this is my thesis to the world. Okay? This is my thesis to the world. There's a difference between innovation and innovating. There's a difference between innovation and innovating. Innovation is a tag, it's a label that we put on successful products only after they've become successful. After they've become successful. Okay? Innovating, on the other hand, is a different mindset. It's in real time. It's getting in that Nintendo meeting and deciding and having the guts to decide that you're not going to use better technology. It requires a completely different mindset. But here's the thing. When Nintendo launched and when it was developed with the mindset of being different. When it succeeded and labeled as an innovation, they said that it was better. So it was better in hindsight, when it was deemed successful, after the fact. What we see today and what I continue to see today are people trying to innovate with the mindset of successful innovations. It doesn't work. It does not work. Okay? Three mindset shifts, ladies and gentlemen. Three mindset shifts will radically improve the outcomes of your innovating efforts. Number one, what's the California roll version of your product? How can you root newness in familiarity? The familiar new. Number two, what would your product looks like? What will your product look like without high tech, without it being digital, without it being connected to an app? I know this is not a popular opinion since this is an IT event, but challenge yourself. Okay, what would that look like? Number three, in order to innovate, you need to think different. Not better, but different. Better is better until someone does something different, and then different becomes better than better. Last but not least, I wrote a really short guide, 20 pages or something, very readable. You can read it in one sitting, and it also discusses another mindset shift that has to do with how we find opportunities and how we find good ideas. How do we find good ideas? We've been led to believe that the way to find good ideas is to sit in a luxurious room, have a focus group, or a brainstorming session. That's how you think up ideas, right? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I think the way to do it is not to think up ideas, not to say let's come up with ideas, but instead think of it as noticing environments, noticing and finding ideas, not thinking up ideas. And so the things that you need to do in order to find good ideas is all written in that booklet, and I believe we have copies outside. And you can also find it, you can get a free digital copy on my website. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Abdel Mohsen Douaisan. I'm an entrepreneur, innovation strategist. I work with teams, corporates. I help them explore, test, and communicate innovative concepts. You can find tons of resources, guides, free stuff, whatever you like on the website. Do check it out. يعطيكم العافية.
كل الشكر للسيد عبد المحسن الدويسان, and we wish you all the best among better is better. Now ننتقل إلى شق آخر مع السيد حسن الهاشمي, المهندس حسن الهاشمي. Change with 12 billions a week. أنا هالأرقام ما أعرف لها. Please welcome Mr. the engineer حسن الهاشمي, Server and Storage Solutions, KMPC.
Is this running? Good morning, everyone. Since the dawn of time, we humans strive to bring change, seeking for a better world. Through our journeys, these changes has been brought up to us through many different ways. Somewhere by pure luck, somewhere through trial and error, some through locking some geniuses into closed rooms. But I'm here today to discuss a different way to bring a better world. 12 billions a week. Now that's not in US dollars or Kuwaiti dinars. The gentleman here can discuss those numbers. But myself, I'd like to talk about gaming hours. Now, I see some skeptical faces, and that's totally normal. It's counterintuitive. We'd better be spending 12 billion hours a week fixing our world's problem. But I'm here today to tell you otherwise. Games bring better people, better society, and better businesses, i.e. better world. But before I delve into the details, let me share with you some numbers about the gaming industry. This way, I won't be disappointing those looking for the dollar figures, at least. By 2020, $90 billion is the digital gaming industry. driven by 2.5 billion gamers, playing an average of 6 hours a week. Now, this is a typo here, but that's fine. 80% of those revenues are brought by selling games, not hardware consoles. So if you're a K-company employee and want to quit for a gaming development, please don't do that. These gentlemen here would be killing me. You better bet your money on being a game developer. And while doing that, please make sure that you're creating a game better than The Legend of Zelda, which has me standing as the best game ever as per the Metacritic website with a score of 99 out of 100. Games, though, doesn't have to be an expense on your balance sheet. They could be a great income to you. Esports and e-tournaments today are so large, they have millions of views, thousands of participants, and millions in prize money. This year's Dota 2 and Fortnite winners got $3.1 and $3 million, respectively. Now, this is so big, if you put it in a context. Novak Djokovic, who won the Wimbledon this year, got 2.9 million, and Tiger Woods just got 2 million. It's so big. And Mr. Abdul Muhsin already asked you this question, so he saved me time. How many of you play games? And not many raised their hands. Maybe you guys are shy, I don't know. But it's not too late. The average age of a gamer is 34 years old. So it's definitely not too late. Now, I find it intriguing that games plant certain good traits within us. Or maybe it's the other way around. It's extracting those traits hidden deep within us. If you haven't noticed, gamers never give up. I will do this level. I won't leave this place until I finish it. And the hours goes on and on and on and on and on until you see that epic face. Yes, I did it. By that time, he's probably skipped 2 working days, 9 meals, 3 sleeping cycles. But hey, you gotta give them credit. They are committed. They're also very punctual. Back in 2009, I was a student at Oregon State University. Facebook was out, a couple of years out. And by that time, also, a game called Farmville was out. It took the campus by a storm. You'll see people playing Farmville everywhere, in the classrooms, in the yards, in the gardens, in the library, at home, wherever you go, Farmville was there. Now, for those who doesn't know Farmville, it's a very simple game. Silly one, to be honest, but it's nice to play. You need to plow the ground, seed, water, and harvest your plants, your crops, in a very specific time. If you don't do that, they wilt, and you need to redo the whole process once again. And so when I was playing it myself, along with my friends, we had to reprogram our sleeping cycles to wake up at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 7 a.m., 11 a.m., and 4 p.m., and whatever time of the day required to harvest those crops within time. Now, can you imagine such people part of your team at work or even a sports game or wherever it is? Games also brings smarter people with higher multitasking skills and coordination skills. I used to think myself that I'm a good multitasker until I saw a family member kid in one of our gatherings. This little boy was chatting over audio and text, operating a character as part of a short-term journey, part of an even longer conquest, all while trying to convince his parents just one more hour. I was shocked, like, how can you handle all these things? I barely can focus on one thing at a time. Studies from German and Australian universities show that playing games increases the gray matter in the mind. The gray matter is responsible for improving our sensory perception, things like hearing and listening, our self-control, our muscle memories, and the list goes on and on. That's why surgeons are advised to play video games. Now, it's only natural that if you make better people, you'll be able to make better societies. And that's the case with gaming. We are becoming an urban species. Cities are getting populated more and more and more. And the challenges that cities faces are growing by the time. Now, in 2016, the city of Hämeenlinna in Finland wanted to build a new part of the city to cope with the population expansion. And so in normal use cases, you'd look for contractors, designers, you scope a work, you try to float a tender, get it rejected by HBC a couple of 3 times before getting it approved. You see where this is going. What they did was something interesting. They released a public contest to the people, to the citizens of the city, asking them to use the game Cities Skylines. So what they did, they uploaded a template of the city, an exact replica, and everyone in the city just played around, put his thoughts and imaginations on how this new part of the city should look like. Now, this is interesting, but it's not shocking given that, games are all around the place. What really shocked me, to be honest, is that such primitive game was able to decide fate of elections 30 years ago. In the year 1990, the city of Providence in Rhode Island was running elections to select their new mayor. There were 6 candidates. The leading candidate of the race was Victoria Lederberg. At that time, there was a 15-year-old freelancer journalist working for the Providence Journal newspaper. He thought, why don't we let our mayor candidates play this video game? Let's see how they would interact with our cities. And so they did. Victoria Lederberg, the race-leading candidate, was a mayor for the city for 1 day. During that day, she bulldozed the church, ruined a well-functioning neighborhood, built a police station in every single block of the city, plummeting the city funds while raising the taxes to the roof. She also changed their power plant, a well-functioning one, to a nuclear one. And just to give you context, nuclear power plants in the US are a big no-no, especially after the Chernobyl incident. The next day, the article is released in the newspaper. Guess what? Weeks later, she lost the race. And that's normal. Would you trust a mayor to do all these things to your city? Not myself, at least. Games also provide better education, and that's crucial for us. While there are so many good stories about video games and education, I cannot resist but to share the story of Mr. Ananth Pai. Ananth Pai is an Indian-American citizen. He was working in graphics industry for 8 years. All of a sudden, he decided, hey, I want to quit. I want to be a teacher. And all of a sudden, he saw himself standing in front of 20 third graders, so 9 years old. You can imagine the chaos there. Now, 1 teacher to 20 students, it's beyond human capacity to handle, especially when they're younger. And the problem with the classes today is that they're teacher-centric. The teacher is not the student. The teacher is the one who sets the pace of the class. Now, the problem with this is you have those struggling students who are achieving below the average ones. And as the time goes, they fall behind even further and further, not able to actually recap. At the same time, we have the high-performing students who are prevented from reaching their maximum potential because of this class pace. And no matter where you put this class pace line, you'll always end up sacrificing students. Now, Mr. Pai, thankfully, found his answers in games. Games are very flexible. They can help improve your social skills. At the same time, it can help you to focus on the individual. You can repeat the lesson once, twice, thrice. How many times do you need in order to master the skills, whatever it is, whether it's English, math, or science? And by that time, Mr. Pai thought, yes, now I have the time, because everyone is actually focusing on what he needs to focus on. He was able to provide his finite time to those who need it the most. So if you're a high-performing student, you only need my support for 5 minutes, you got it. And if you're a struggling one who needs a full hour, so be it. Games doesn't have to be video games, though. In her book, Reality is Broken, Jane McGonigal makes a very strong case that using games, we can solve our biggest social problems. There are 4 defining traits for any game: a goal, rules, feedback system, and most importantly, voluntary participation. Goals are the sense of purpose. Rules are the boundaries that you need to work within. The feedback system is the signal that shows you whether you cross from that goal or not. Voluntary participation, and this is very crucial, even for businesses, is the buy-in of the player into the goals, the rules, and the feedback system. How many of you think that we have driving crisis in Kuwait? We're over speeding. We don't have problems, apparently. In my opinion, we do. We are overspeeding all the time. Is it because we're lacking policemen? I don't think so. Is it because we're lacking speeding cameras? That's not the case. Then why are we doing that? Now, that's a social problem that we need to solve. The greatest example I can think of comes from Sweden. The speeding camera lottery. Can you work on the voice? Technical issues all the time. So basically, I'll explain it as we go. They saw that people are overspeeding in one of the streets. And although they had the speeding camera there, people were still speeding. And so what they did is they installed a camera that would capture not only the overspeeders, but those obeying the law. So if you're overspeeding, you'll get your citation. If you're obeying the law, you'll go into a lottery to be rewarded. Now, what they notice is, after 3 days, with 25,000 cars passing that street, average speed went from 32 kilometers to 25 with 22% reduction. Now, the only thing that they changed is they made it a game. If you overspeed, you're fined, you're penalized. If you're obeying, there is a reward for it. I kept asking the question, is it the financial prize that made people reduce their speeds? Or is it the game itself? Or maybe it's a mixture of both. Until I saw what Nissan did with their car Leaf. Now, Leaf is an electric car that has been produced, and along with it, Nissan made an application. Now, this application is very simple. All what they do is they measure your driving efficiencies, and they report it to you immediately. Now, this is a real numbers from a real driver from Netherlands. He found himself going from being a silver driver into a platinum one in less than a year. They also made a leaderboard, a worldwide leaderboard, so that you can compare yourself with the drivers around the world. Now, the key thing here is, if we go back to the rules that has been set with Jane McGonigal, the goal here is to reduce carbon footprint and increase and improve your driving efficiencies. The rules are, do not accelerate very fast, do not decelerate very fast. The feedback system is the applications and the leaderboards. But most importantly, it's the voluntary participation. Many times we don't need financial rewards. All what we need is a good purpose with good game mechanics to make us participate in that thing. And this is what happened with the car. Voluntary participation brings me to my last point, gaming and business. If gaming makes better people and makes better society, why does it not make better businesses? Now, there are two sides of it, technological and the other one, which is the workplace. Now, technologically speaking, I don't want to go into too much details. We're already seeing it. I mean, if it wasn't for video games, we wouldn't be enjoying the powerful GPUs that we're using to draw our refineries down to the very last bolt. We won't be able to simulate our oil drillings. Or if you're NASA, you won't be able to do your deep space imagery without those powerful GPUs. And I'm sure very soon we'll be able to use things like augmented reality and virtual reality to train our employees and to run our remote assets instead of having them there. However, my focus that I want to have is the workplace. Many, as per Harvard Business Reviews, many organizations around the world are struggling to get the interests of their employees. Over time, the employees are getting fatigued. Going to work becomes a burden. You barely grab yourself out of your bed just to spend the next 8 hours and then coming back. And now, while no one forced us to sign up for whichever company in the world we signed up for, if you measure the level of excitement the day we signed up our contract and the level of excitement just a couple of years or even months after that, it's like you signed up to conquer the world and now you're peeling potatoes. That's the difference in the sense of excitement. Now, I'm not saying we need to change our companies into Disneyland. Obviously, we're doing business, but using the gaming mechanics, the gaming elements, things like leaderboards, badges of achievements, will be able to spice up the work environment, giving our employees a sense of perception. You'll be able to know where do you stand. Now, in games, you know that you're a good player because you have very high points. You know that you unlock these things because you have the badge X or badge Y. Imagine you have the badge of the million line coder, the badge of master of service delivery. You know where do you stand within your organization, and so does your management. My name is Hassan Al-Hashimi. That was my time. Thanks for listening. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Engineer Hassan, for this presentation. You taught us how to play with cars now, huh? How to be decent in driving and play with cars again. So, back to games again. أحد يبي يفوز؟ أحد عنده استعداد إنه يفوز؟ يتطوع إنه يفوز؟ ممكن؟ واحد، تفضل. اللي يبي يتطوع إنه يفوز يرفع إيده بس. اللي عنده القابلية والأهلية إنه يفوز، تفضلي. بعد آخذ من هني بعد، تفضل بالنص. اللي وده ما أدري، تفضل. يس، تفضل. منو بعد هني وده؟ تفضل. الحين راح يصير عندي 4 اون ستيج. اوكي؟ الأربعة راح ألعب معاهم لعبة. اللعبة هذه شنو بتكون؟ تفضل. ها؟ لا، عرف الطوق؟ هذا لا. الحين اللعبة راح تكون مستوحاة من ابلكيشن سناب شات. في واحدة ناقصة وين؟ هونتي؟ الحين تقولين انزين خلينا ناخذ احد. تفضلي. لا مهدي تفضل مهدي. حياك مهدي. لا. الحين عندنا ما شاء الله وايد شاشات. اوكي بس بوريكم شكل واسرع واحد يحله. ها اللعبه الجايه. الحين اسرع واحد يحل هذا اللغز زين راح يكون هو الفايز. بس الفكره وين؟ بحركه واحده واسرع واحد. اوكي اسرع واحد فيكم. طبعا احنا العنصر النسائي احتجب ما يبي يطلع ويانا. فخلنا نشوف الحين الرجال بروحهم راح تحلونها ولا ما راح تحلونها. الفكره راح احط لكم صوره واسرع واحد بس يقول لي بحركه واحده شلون يعدل لي اللقطه. اعطوني الصوره. هي قاعد تشوفون الصوره صح؟ شنو شايف انت؟ اوكي اصفار ويمها عواميد. انت شنو تشوفها؟ ارقام. وانت شنو تشوفها؟ ناس داخل سجن. شنو تشوفها؟ 1-0 1-0. اوكي سو اتس 10-10-10. انا شنو ابيها؟ ابيها بحركه واحده. حركه واحده بس. كل هالارقام تصير 59 الساعه 59 بحركه واحده. ها تصير الساعه 59 الصبح. لا ها بحركه واحده بس. اي كيفك انت راح تلف شيء واحد صح. ايه انت قاعد تسوي شيء صح ترى. ها مهند ما لقيتها. ما لقيت الحل. حركه واحده ترى. حركه واحده. هو عمود تحركه تنحل. حركه واحده 59. اي عرفتها الحين؟ حليتها؟ ها ترى بحركة بسيطة جدا. اي شنو هذه؟ ضيف خط واحد. راح تصير وقت. مهند انت معنا؟ مهدي انت معنا؟ يلا انزين نسهلها نعطي هنت. ركزوا على الرقم اللي بالنص بس. هو اللي راح نضيف له شيء. اي بعدين شو يصير؟ لا ما تسويها 9 ابيها نفس ما هي. ها؟ شنو؟ قاعد تفسر غلط. انت حطيت الخط بالمكان الصح بس تفسيرك غلط. انزين خلينا نسهلها. حطينا الخط فوق بالعشرة اللي بالنص شنو تصير؟ ادري والله قاعد اسمع. ليش 50؟ لا شنو؟ 10 لا 10 صح. مهدي اوت اوف نوير ساكت طول الوقت ويابها صح. اذا حطينا خط واحد فوق العشرة اللي بالنص فتصير 10 to 10 which is 59. مهدي انت صح. ها؟ شنو؟ ما درستوا 10 to 10؟ يمكن ما داومت يومها. مهدي وين طاولتك؟ 7. صدقون ان بسبة مهدي ضحيتوا فيه وكلكم فزتوا. زين صفقوا له ايش دعوه؟ رفيقكم والله. الله يعطيكم العافيه. اذا اللي فاز معنا هو مهدي وشكرا لكل من شارك. الحين راح نروح حق شيء ثاني بس هذا يبي له شويه سرعه بديهه. شويه سرعه بديهه يعني ابي احد لما يطلع معاي يكون سريع لان الموضوع فيه لعب بالكلمات. تفضل معي. اي انت تفضل معي. اي يبي لها سرعه. ابيك تفكر خارج المألوف. راح اقول لك اي بروحك راح اقول لك كلمه زين بس بهالكلمه ابيك تعطيني لها معنى مغاير والمعنى هذا عاده يكون وايد لوكال وايد كويتي فلازم تجيب الكلمه اللي عندي. فهمت قصدي؟ اذا قلت لك صاروخ شنو ممكن تفكر؟ شنو برد صاروخ غيره؟ اعطيني مايك داريا. غير صاروخ. ها شنو اخر شيء قلته؟ واحد قاعد يكذب صح. حيو انت كذي صح. استلم جائزتك. بعد غيره منو من ارامكو؟ ارامكو تفضل وياي. يا هلا ومرحبا. اسمك بالخير؟
منذر سعيد.
والله ومليون نعم يا منذر. اللعبة شوف سهلة والكلمات دارجة عندنا بالخليج كلنا نعرفها وهذا وصف مو بس الخليج هذا الله يسلمك بالعالم كله بعد. انا اقول لك ليش؟ لأن بعطيك كلمة واتوقع اغلب اللي موجودين هني راح يعانون معانا. امسك الميكروفون. انا اقول لك ليش يعانون. لما اقول لك اخر الشهر شنو يطري ببالك؟
ديسمبر.
لا اخر الشهر. الراتب شو يصير فيه؟
زيرو.
انت تظل شنو؟ مفلس يعني شنو؟
انتظر الراتب الجديد.
اكو ديفينيشن خليجي حيل بحت.
على
الحديد صح. تفضل استلم جائزتك. منو بعد هني؟ منو شاطر كذي يعطيني معاني؟ من يبي يشارك؟ تفضلي. اي تفضل. منو؟ ما حد يبي يفوز؟ هني ما حد يبي يفوز خلاص. هني من يبي يفوز؟ انت ما فزت اليوم صح؟ ما فزت. تفضل. ايه فو عليك حياك. بس مسكين. يا هلا ويا مرحبا. الحين راح اقول لك شهر بالسنة ابيك تعطيني اكلته. اي ابيك تقول لي شنو اكلته. رمضان
شنو؟
خل الميكروفون مالي الهدية مالتك.
جرش.
لا
هريس.
لا
بعد
ها قالها والله قالها.
تشريبه.
تشريبه صح. الف مبروك. عرفت الحين شو الحسبه؟ كذي. خلينا هذه زينه. اوكي. الحين صرتوا تبون. يلا حياة. يلا حياة. انزين احتاج احد من الناس اللي ما طلعوا. تفضلي. خلي النساء يبارون بعض. يلا خلينا نشوف الحين النساء يبارون بعض. اسمك بالخير؟
آمال شاكر.
والله ونعم.
نعم نصر.
ونعم. الحين هم بعد راح اقول كلمة بس اسرع واحدة فيكم اللي تعطيني المعنى الصح هي اللي بتفوز. لما اقول شلونك بالمسلسلات؟ يعني شلونك بالمسلسلات؟ اوكي مسلسلات اخر السبعينات اللي للحين الناس تشوفها. يعني انت قلتي بس انا بعطيكم كلمة وابي لها شيء وايد يدل عليها. اوكي؟ لما اقول بو صالح ثلج بس قوليها صح.
ثلج
بو صالح صح. تفضلي جائزتك. انزين بس لا تروحي تعالي خلي افوزك. تعالي تعال خلي اقول لك. تفضلي بالنص خلي الناس تشوفك. اذا قلت لك هالجمله شلونك بالمسرحيات بتاع مسلسلات ما فزتي. مسرحيات انا ابي تفوزين اليوم ودي تفوزين. اذا قلت لك بوتيله شنو يطري ببالك؟
ما ادري.
بوتيله يا جماعه.
تشجيع.
يلا اعطيك هنت ثاني. والله انت قلتها وهني قاعد اسمعها. ها؟ نام ليت وانت مقتنعه ولا نام ليت وخلاص؟ نام ليت وانت صح. ايوه. بعد واحده يلا. منو وده؟ عندي واحده وايد سهله. تفضل. هذه عاد راح تقول لي يعني من كثر ما انها سهله ابي منك جمله. تخيل. زين السؤال هو كالاتي. سبيتشا.
رقية وسبيتشا.
هو رقية وسبيتشا بس هي لها صلة قرابة ثانية بالمسلسل. زوجة أحد منو؟ وشيابك من بنادر. ايه المهم منو؟ غانم الصالح شنو كان اسمه بالمسلسل؟
ذياب.
في اسم قبله. ذياب دايخ بنادر. عشانكم ترى بعطيه الجائزة. حيو يستاهل. تفضل. ألف مبروك. حياك الله يا هلا. انزين الحين نبي نلعب لعبة لها علاقة بالسرعة عشان كذي صار اسمها واي فاي. شو الفكرة؟ الحين عادي اللي بيفوز مهدي انت ما عطت جائزتك؟ اوكي يلا عطوا. يلا يستاهلون كلهم يستاهلون. حيهم. الحين اللعبة هذه كلكم عندكم اوراق اللي هي صايرة كذي. موجودة عندكم؟ مو موجودة ولا اجيبهم عندي؟ بيحطونها الحين. حطوها الحين. انا عندي قفل واحتاج اني ابطله. اللي يحل لي الكلوز هذه ويجيب لي الارقام الصح يبطل القفل ويربح الجائزة. هذه الاسئلة قدامكم حلوا لي اياها. اسرع واحد يجيني وعنده الارقام الصح يبطل قفل التجوري يربح جائزته. تذاكر ترى والله العظيم تذاكر صفر. اكتبه ويجيب لي اياه. لا كا ها اللي يحل ها 602 هو صح؟ حلفي 602 داليا 602 يقول لا مو 602 كم؟ لا تعالي شوي ابيك. ترى مو شرط ان انت فزتي، مو شرط، احنا خلينا نشوف. كم قلتي؟
042.
042. دام قلتي 042 لازم احنا نطالبك بشرح.
الحين أول واحدة 682 one number is correct and well placed 2 لأن ثاني واحدة 6 غلط ورابع واحدة 8 غلط فندري 6 و8 مو هما. بعدين ثاني واحدة الحين هذه ثاني واحدة آخر واحدة تصير one number is correct and wrongly placed اللي هو 0. ليش wrongly placed؟ لأن هني 2 numbers are correct ثالث واحدة. وآخر شيء نرجع حق ثاني واحدة يبقى لنا بس الأربعة وأول شيء حطينا 0 وثاني شيء حطينا.
شكلك وايد تلعبين سودوكو. حيوها تستاهل 042 صح. من يلعب سودوكو هالأيام؟ والله نار قوية. أنا بعد أنا أحبها، هذه حق القطار حق الطيارة حق كل مكان. انزين الحين عندي برجع على الكلمات مرة ثانية. من وده يلعب كلمات؟ تفضلي آخر واحدة في الأرض. حياك. إيه هني للحين ما تبون تلعبون؟ للحين ما تبون هدايا؟ مقتنعين باللي عندكم؟ ظاهر فزتوا وايد اليوم. شلونك؟ شو الأخبار؟ شوفي راح أعطيك هم بعد نفس اللعبة اللي قبل شوي، أعطيك كلمة تعطيني لها أكثر من رديف. خلينا نشوف عاد متى تصيدينها صح. إيه بالكويت. السؤال يقول لك إذا قلت لك بليز اي انتصار الشراح بعد
باي لندن
بعد. زين خلينا ناخذها لغويا. أي واحد يتحكى لغة احنا ما نعرفها بالكويتي شو نقول عنه؟ شنو؟ بما معناه ايش قاعد يقول هذا؟
ايش قاعد يقول؟
او
شخربط
بعد شنو؟
شيرطن.
الشيرطن. انت صح بس هم انت خلك. الف مبروك حيوها. بس كي انتوا حيوها ما تصفقون؟ اي زين تذاكر اليوم ساقين الجيب. يلا يبي لنا لحم ها؟ دريتوا وين صح؟ ايه الف مبروك. كويت اسطنبول كويت. هم بعد كلمة شوف الأولى ما عرفتيها. أنا ما راح تنزلين يوم إلا فايزة. سؤالك يقول عرفتي الحين شنو يرطن؟ اي زين. لما أقول لك تابعين مسرحيات؟ انزين شلون شوية مسرحية كان فيها الراحل عبد الحسين عبد الرضا تكونين تابعتي؟
مراهق في 50
مثلا. بس هذا اللي بقول لك شوية أقدم. انزين شوية أقدم وخاصة انها انشهرت بسبب انها صارت كأنها اغنية وصارت في مشهد الحين يعتبر شيء وايد قوي. زين لان الكل حفظ الموضوع. لما اقول لك بيض
الخنفق
منو؟
خنفق
لا قوليها صح.
خعفق
صح. بيض الخعفق فرخن. ايه واضحة. تفضلي. طبعا هديتك الكيس واضحة. وهم بعد تذكرتين لاسطنبول. الف مبروك حيوها تستاهل. وين ايبادي؟ اعطي الايباد. الحين عندنا فيديو نبي نشوفه، وهالفيديو هذا راح يحدد ان تكرار اليوم هذا السنة الجاية بيكون عند منو. شلون؟ upcoming IT steering committee events نشوف ايش رايكم نشوف الفيديو وبعدين نرجع مرة ثانية. راح نعرف منو المضيف القادم ل KIT Day.
I would say not in the region, maybe the world and
Every organization, large or small, public or private, profit or non-profit, is vulnerable to cyber attack.
Cybersecurity have always been a risk, and it is now assuming a higher degree of risk in view of the developments made by hackers, individuals and organizations.
Most organizations do not know who has access to their data or whether their network security measures meet legal and global standards.
I'm glad to let you know that Kuwait is hosting the 4th KAIAX Conference and Exhibition 2019.
You will have the opportunity to learn about cybersecurity and process safety.
Join us on Al Bid'a Regency on the December 1st and 2nd.
I look forward to seeing you all at the conference.
ربي يوفقكم ان شاء الله يا رب في هذا الحفل القادم، ونتمنى التسجيل حق كل الناس اللي ودها تكون من الحاضرين. بالنسبه لي الكاياكس اناونسمنت هو الاي تي ستيرنج كوميتي ايفنت، فاي احد ودنا يحضر يبدا بالتسجيل علشان نكون من ضمن الحاضرين ان شاء الله يا رب في البدايه. الحين عاد يا الوقت اللي نشكر الناس اللي وقفوا معنا في هذا الايفنت، يا الوقت اللي نقول لهم thank you for being here, sharing your thoughts with us. أتمنى من رئيس اللجنة وراعي الملتقى يتفضلون معي على المسرح علشان نقدر نكرم المتحدثين. فليتفضل السيد عبد الله العجمي نائب رئيس التنفيذي للمشاريع في البترول الوطنية ورئيس اللجنة الدائمة لتقنية المعلومات في القطاع النفطي، والسيد خالد العوضي نائب الرئيس التنفيذي للشؤون الإدارية والمالية بالإنابة في الشركة الكويتية للصناعات البترولية المتكاملة. الحين please, a huge round of applause for Mr. Jeffrey Kane. Mr. Eugene Nigoto. السيد عبد المحسن الدويسان. السيد حسن الهاشمي. And now I would like to invite all the VIP guests for a group photo on the stage, please. Please, yes. Please. And I would like to announce as well that there is a book signing for Mr. Jeffrey and Mr. Abdul Mohsen. Will be in the lobby. Don't miss it. الحين وعلشان نأكد على موضوع البوند اللي كنا نبيه between IT departments in all companies. Please, I need 2 tables or 3 tables from this side. 1 2 3 on stage. 1 2 3 on stage. وأبي 1 2 3 on stage as well. حياكم. Please. صورة. خلكم جاهزين. خلكم جاهزين ها؟ كل الشكر لكم. الطاولات اللي اخترتها من هني 1 2 و3 تفضلوا. وايضا الطاولات اللي هني 1 2 و3 تفضلوا. اوكي ايه اوكي. يس. حياكم الله. These pictures are the main idea of this event, is to remember each other. Sorry. ايوه توسطوا. اخر طاولة. حياكم، خلكم جاهزين. اخر طاولة. لو سمحتوا خلكم قراب تفضلوا بليز. خالد شلونك؟ شو الاخبار؟ ما تذكرني؟ سلمان النجادي. ام حالك الله يطول. كنا مجنون. يلا تفضلوا. يس بليز. ايوه ثانك يو فيري ماتش. الطاولات اللي ما تصورت هني وينها؟ تفضلوا. الطاولة هذه صورت؟ تفضلوا. طلعت صح؟ موجود. ايوه بس نرتب نفسه شويه. تفضل شويه بس. ايوه عشان يصير في مجال. تفضل. اللي ما صور تفضل. اللي ما صور يتفضل. اللي ما صور يتفضل. يلا الحين مع نهاية هذه الصورة خلونا على الحين نشوف منو راح يكون المضيف القادم ل KIT Day. 3 2 1. يس بالضبط. الله يوفقكم ان شاء الله يا رب في الحفل القادم 2020 راح يكون باستضافة شركة نفط الكويت. الله يوفقكم ان شاء الله يا رب سواء كان في عملكم او في حياتكم الخاصة. انا سعيد جدا اني تواجدت اليوم معاكم في KIT Day. نتمنى لكم التوفيق ونشوفكم ان شاء الله في ايفنت قادمة. في بوك سايننج حق مستر جيفري وايضا الاستاذ عبد المحسن. الحين عاد نفس ختام اي حفل يكون الصبح. تفضلوا على الغداء. يا حياكم الله. اشوفكم على خير. كان معكم سلمان النجادي اذاعة نبض الكويت.